Dang.
What's good, y'all? What is good, y'all? Them ads getting me on my own YouTube video. What's up? What's up? All right, man. My daughter was pushing on these buttons when I originally. Well, hello, Captain. Y'all can hear me loud and clear. Maybe not loud, but let me turn this around. Better. I just jumped out of my skin. My bad. My bad. I downloaded, or I recorded a couple little sound ones. Let's see what I got. I got this one. Damn, son. Mm-hmm. I got this one. Y'all know what this is for.
I think we got a super chat.
I got this one. And I got the dag burn.
Dang.
I got them all now. I got them all. All right, so I pinned a comment. Alicia Navarro. I think that's what I pinned. Pretty sure. And I think either that one or what was the other one I just seen? Daniel Robinson. I got those two. I think I seen a couple more. I'm going to address the Elvis comment from Tom Tom. And somebody asked me if I wasn't doing Kylie Rodney anymore. I turned loop back off because that sounded weird in my headset. Let's see what's going on here. Everything sound good to y'all? Yep. What's up, seen by a subscriber? This is all new sound equipment. Shout out to the kids and the wifey for that. Just don't understand why I'm getting such an echo in my headset. It ain't out here though. Weird. It ain't really an echo. I think it's a delay. I think it's a delay in my headset based off of the mic. And I've been turning the mic. Roger Dodger. If it's looping, turn off speaker. Well, I don't know if it's looping. I ain't even really worried about it. Anyway, I could take this headset off. I can move it around. I'm gonna open up the panel, but first I need everybody in here to give me a name. Like I'm gonna go off of a name that's said the most. That's what I'm looking for, and I'm adding this to what I'm doing. I'm still staying on Kylie Rodney. People are like, "Oh, no more Kylie Rodney." I still am gonna stay on that. I'm gonna dig into it. I'm gonna look around. I'm gonna see what I could see. But you can only watch those videos 1,000 times before it all just starts becoming a blur again. I mean, I got to the point where I had seen so much about that I feel like I watched so many different clips so many different times. I was starting to like repeat them. John Daughtry, please. We got this a few times. Perth. What's up, Australia? John Daughtry is a massive one right now. I don't really worry I'm not worried about it being massive. Actually, I would prefer it not to be massive. Wait a minute. I think I knew what was wrong with my headset. Yeah. I think that's what it was. Y'all still hear me? Yeah, that's what it was. Can't you just stick with doing the music things you do? Not true crime, it brings drama. Well, I don't know. I'm not really worried about the drama, to be honest with you. Um, I handle it pretty well. So maybe I'm cut out for this. I don't really worry about what other people have to say too much about me or what they believe they think about me. I do Kurt. That's what I do. If but I appreciate you. You're always in there saying some negative things, so that's why I figured I'd highlight you and say, yeah, no, I got you. You're all right. Keep coming and bringing the hate. I love it. Eat it up. Tom, about Elvis, man. My grandmother, man or woman, I'm not sure. I grew up basically from my grandparents and my mother. My dad really wasn't around. My mom was like a huge supporter of mine. And my grandmother was born on Elvis's birthday. They shared a birthday. And um, my grandmother used to go play bingo all the time, and I always went with her. I grew up in bingo halls with her. And she always had Elvis knickknacks. Like she would buy bingo daubers with Elvis on them to use them. It was like her good luck charm. We would go to the casino together. We would use Elvis. We'd play Elvis slots. And when I started listening to Ryan, my grandmother wasn't doing too good health wise, and she couldn't really hear. So she freaking really wasn't into what I was listening to. I mean, she was. Like I got her in this hat actually, wearing this hat, jamming out. Like I've had a lot of my hats for years, way back. And man, it's crazy. Like my connection with Elvis kind of lived on through finding Ryan. You know what I mean? So yeah, I rock with Elvis. I got a rolling tray out there that I just used that is my grandmother's. That was Elvis. Oh, that's good for you, Progressive Patriot. That's good for you, dog. So we got, man, really the only name I really seen. I seen a couple different names. I think I'm gonna go with that Alicia Navarro. I think that one, maybe that one, and Sean Daughtry. I think that's how you say it. I think that's how you say it. I seen Dylan Rounds in there too. I wanted to do Monkey, man. I wanted to do Monkey. I reached out to Dolly, and I didn't hear him. What's this guy say? One day work together. Fly over, showing support. Yeah, what's up? That's what's up, man. My Nana loved Elvis. I was looking for Tom Tom. I don't know if Tom Tom's still in here, but looking for Tom Tom. Yeah, Granny was a big Elvis supporter, man. Granny, my grandmother loved to dance. She loved to move her feet, and she was a really loving person, man. She trusted everybody. So I was like, man, Granny must know what's moving. And I started, checking out Elvis. Obviously, when I was younger, it wasn't like what I listened to every single day, but I respected what he did for music, man. And then when we went to Memphis, we were on Beale Street, and everything revolves around Elvis there. So I got to kind of, you know, enjoy that while I was there. Elvis conspiracy. That's how my nana was also. Kurt, check out your Instagram messages, bud. Yeah, I will, man. Tori Moore. I don't know. I don't know what you go by on Instagram, but I'll look. There's a lot in there, man. There's a lot. I'm gonna open a panel up. I think I'm gonna. What I'm gonna do is maybe I'll do it the other way. Hold on. Let me see this. I can hear that boom, 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 boom. Shows how slow I type. Let's see. I gotta go back to the regular YouTube channel and look something up. Mm, there she is, Alicia Navarro. So I wish there was one in here I could watch. Anybody in the chat know? I guess it doesn't matter. Let's see. Your screen, your window, their screen. We'll watch. Watch this. It's not a cold case. See what this is about.
Where is Alicia Navarro? Tonight marks 3 years since the Glendale teen disappeared. Her family believes she was lured by an online predator.
Now, all new at 10, our Ashley Holden speaking with a family friend and a private investigator who say this case is far from cold.
I know. You
This
can't,
anniversary has really hit her hard.
Neither can I. What did I do here? Oh, I did here, y'all.
It's now been 3.
Oh, I know what I did. Gotcha. Here we go.
Alicia Navarro. Tonight marks 3 years since the Glendale teen disappeared. Her family believes she was lured by an online predator.
Now, all new at 10, our Ashley Holden speaking with a family friend and a private investigator who say this case is far from cold.
This anniversary has really hit her hard. It's now been 3 years since Alicia Navarro's mom, Jessica Nunez, started her desperate search.
I'm trying to get it together, but I'm just need help. If she's out there wandering, please call the police.
That interview just one.
I'm from Arizona. This is crazy, man. I grew up not far from the border. You know what I mean? So it's more real to me that snatch and grab kids getting yanked up and taken would be more prevalent in states like Arizona, California, New Mexico, Texas. I feel like that makes a lot of sense. So this is scary when you see this, man. As a parent, it's scary.
1 week after Alicia's family says they woke up to the 14-year-old gone. They believe the teen was lured away from her Glendale home. She was really hoping that before we got to this anniversary that her daughter would be returned to her. Friends also helping with the search, like Kathleen Wynn, say this date was just too painful for Jessica to speak. Not knowing is the most difficult trauma that a family can have. Family says Alicia has autism. Back in 2019, her mom read a note, the only clue Alicia left.
You know, it's crazy because sometimes I don't know. I'm new to this true crime, but I feel like the girls get a lot of attention. Huh. What do y'all think, man? I see a lot of people talking about the Sean Daughtry. See a lot of people. I hate, maybe I'll look into this girl a little bit and try to bounce around. It's hard, man. I just kind of have a connection with it being from my hometown. Not a connection. I hate to say it like that. Sucks. Yeah, you know what? I like this little girl, man. I think that this is what I'll stay with.
Left behind.
I ran away. I will be back, I swear. I'm sorry.
3 years later, and you can still spot flyers around Glendale. Alicia's 18th birthday is just days away. This picture is what she would look like now.
Well, what I can tell you is that it's not a cold case.
Trent Steele is a private investigator who's been working on the case since 2020. He says his team is still actively following up on leads.
What leads you to believe that Alicia had been lured out?
It's a combination of people that we've spoken with and interviewed, along with the online activity that leads us to believe that.
Wait a minute. So they think somebody lured this girl out? She's been missing for this long? No way.
She left the house that night voluntarily to go meet somebody that she thought she knew.
Glendale police tell me they still get on average at least one workable tip a week, but still no sign of the teen. Those searching for Alicia aren't giving up hope.
There's still a $20,000 reward if people have information. I say this all the time. Nobody just disappears without a trace. It doesn't happen. Somebody knows something.
In Glendale, Ashley Holden, ABC 15, Arizona.
Dang. I don't want that.
I've been getting.
Get out of here. Dang, y'all. They believe that girl was lured away by that's crazy, man. Like, a lot of people don't understand that that's real, dude. There's some weirdos in the gaming world. Like, people that don't go outside, people that, man, it's crazy. I watched that Dahmer, and I didn't watch all of it. I'm only into like the second episode a little bit. It's just so weird. Actually, I went a little further, I think, but I fell asleep, so I don't know where I left off, so I just backed it up. Yeah, this is why having kids is scary nowadays. I want to watch that other kid. I want to watch the other one and see. Like, I I don't know, man. I like the way that one's leaning. That's kind of crazy to me that this girl was on the internet gaming with people. Based off of what you're saying, I'm sure this is how it went down, right? She was on the internet gaming, and somebody convinced her to leave and meet up with them, and they just weren't probably the person that they. Ah, man. All right, let's pull this back up. Share screen. Share window. Tab. Two weeks ago. That's a true crime lady, right? Yeah. I guess this is all true crime people. Huh. I need freaking news. I'll play. Oh, there's people on it right now. People on it right now. The glares on it. It's crazy, man. There we go. No. I'll just do this one. No, that's too long. There we go.
There's got to be more answers out there.
Sitting in a park not far from what used to be their Yorktown home, Ramona and Jared Rivas remember their 12-year-old son, Sean Doherty. Sean was in the 6th grade, loved his family, swimming, playing video games.
He loved to read, and he could read. He could read a lot faster than I can, which I found amazing. So he was just an amazing person, and he was great in school, and the teachers.
Man, how could somebody hurt anybody? But I mean, come on, look at that little kid, man. Man, that's crazy.
Loved him.
On April 14th, Sean was found in his backyard, hanging from a swing set. According to the autopsy report, he was suspended from a shoelace-type string, with a bag over his head and his arms secured by his sides with a belt. He was found wearing his stepfather's clothes, shoeless, with no glasses on. His stepfather and mother say how he was found is just the first of many questions.
Yo, that kid had his hands tied behind his back, his glasses off. That's crazy, man. How can they even rule that a suicide? I hope the police did not rule it suicide. Family searching for answers. No way.
He was watching his 2-year-old brother. He loved him so much he would never leave him. He was reading his book. He were just checked out from library that day. He did his homework and submitted for the next day. He took out a snack that he never ate. He started to take out garbage that he never finished.
We counted about 17 things like that that were odd for Sean. So all those things had to be done by Sean on that one day in a 50-minute time frame for him to kill himself.
Those questions.
Wait a minute. I gotta hear that again.
Had to be done by Sean. We counted about 17 things like that that were odd for Sean. So all those things had to be done by Sean on that one day in a 50-minute time frame for him to kill himself.
Those questions haunt.
Wait a minute. On Facebook, they make fake profiles. Shut up, they're from another country. I wonder Did somebody say what I thought they said, man? Rewind that. Yeah, I'm going to. I want 10 to life, 10 to life. Yeah, I'll go watch hers next. Listen to mom. What is Discord? I grew up working. Yeah, I'll go look at hers. Hold on. But I want to rewind it back here.
Out from library that day. He
Did
had
his homework for the
he did
next
his
day?
homework and submitted for the next day. He took out a snack that he never ate. He started to take out garbage that he never finished.
We counted about 17 things like that that were odd for Sean. So all those things.
What is she talking about? He started to take out garbage that he never finished. I gotta go back a little further.
Loved him so much he would never leave him. He was reading his book. He just checked out from library that day. He
Did his homework for the
He did
next
his
day?
homework and submitted for the next day. He took out a snack that he never ate. He started to take out garbage that he never finished.
We counted about 17 things like that that were odd for Sean. So all those things had to be done by Sean on that one day in a 50-minute time frame for him to kill himself.
Those questions haunting the Rivas family.
Hey, is it just me or is that really confusing on what they're talking about? I don't understand what she means by that. I'm just confused, man. I ain't saying nothing ill about his mom, but I'm so confused on what she's talking about. He took out a library book and read it the same day. He did his homework and turned it in for the same day. He was eating food, something about eating food and taking trash out that he wasn't done with. Like, that's so confusing on what that means. I mean, maybe it's just a distressed mother just trying to put something together, but that's weird. What does that mean?
Father and mother say how he was found is just the first of many questions.
He was watching his 2-year-old brother. He loved him so much he would never leave him. He was reading his book. He just checked out from library that day.
Did his homework for the
He did
next
his
day?
homework and submitted for the next day. He took out a snack that
Oh, I get what she's saying. She's saying he was watching the brother. He was doing his homework, he had it finished for the next day. Like, why would he kill himself if he yeah. No. He was no. Like he was taking the garbage bag out, but was half. Oh yeah. I know what I take from what she's trying to say is yeah. That's what I took. Meaning, yeah, that's what I agree. Why would he get a snack if you were planning on unveiling it? Yeah. He was doing chores. Okay. That's what I thought. My bad, y'all. I just was trying to listen to what she's saying and how she's saying it because, like I said, man, sometimes the first couple interviews that you watch with people are the most important ones. I don't know how early on this was, but it looks like it was pretty far into, if the death was already ruled a suicide, then there must have been some investigation into it. I would hope.
he never ate. He started to take out garbage that he never finished.
We counted about 17 things like that that were odd for Sean. So all those things had to be done by Sean on that one day in a 50-minute time frame for him to kill himself.
Yeah.
Those questions haunting the Rivas family.
We lost our son and we have these hundreds and hundreds of unanswered questions that should have already been answered by now.
In one of the documents News 3 obtained, the ER doctor wrote, quote, history of suicidal ideations. However, in the autopsy report, the medical examiner wrote, quote, no known history of depression or suicidality. Another section reads, no note was found, but does say police are investigating the possibility of bullying at school. The Rivas family says there was one instance in December of 2021. They say still, Sean was not struggling mentally. That same report came to this conclusion, the cause and manner of death, hanging by suicide.
We want to be the voice of Sean, right? That's more important than us being listened to, is Sean being listened to. Because if he was sitting here, he would tell you the same thing. I didn't do this. I loved life.
The Rivas family has created a social media campaign that's quickly growing in the community. These yard signs reading, what happened to Sean, are popping up all over the peninsula.
That's what's up. That's what's up right there. There's the other case that I've been talking about prior to this one. This is what's up right here. When the parents seen that there was something not right, something didn't add up. Look what they did. Shout out to these parents, man. My girl lost. Boo hoo. Lex did not collect his underwear. You know what's funny, Natasha? I thought that too. I agree. Let's watch the rest of this, and then I want to go over to 10.
We believe someone saw something. There was a crew next door mowing grass in the backyard when this happened, during the same time it happened.
Sean's parents say all they want are answers and for another agency to re-examine the case.
We want to make sure that whoever did this to Sean is not going to do this to someone else.
In York County, Ellen Ice, News 3.
Within the hour, the York-Poquoson Sheriff's Office posted a video on its Facebook page addressing the family's concerns, and here's part of their response.
Our investigators are recognized in the Hampton Roads area as professional, caring, competent major crimes investigators. They have investigated and solved numerous cases that include homicides, suicides, rapes, and robberies. We conducted a thorough, professional, and exhaustive investigation. There is nothing whatsoever to indicate that there is a killer in our community. As I stated,
you can watch the full video from the Sheriff's Office.
Yo, that's crazy. How long is this? 30 minutes? Yeah, but see, the only problem I got with watching that, hold on. The only problem I got with watching that is I don't want to taint what I feel or how I think something's going down by another creator. So that's my only problem with that, man. I try to stick to like and I don't know if she'll be down with me just watching her whole stream with y'all in here. You know what I mean? I try to not go do your own. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I don't think it's good to watch another creator that's doing the same case, because then you start leaning based off of what they're portraying. You know what I mean? That's why I didn't know what I was going to bring the panel up about yet. She'd be the one to watch. I know she's brilliant, but that don't mean anything. I mean, I get it. I truly get it, but in the same sense, I don't want to watch somebody else that, you know what I mean? It's, I don't know. Yeah, bias. Exactly. All right. She wanted it shared out to help the family. Yeah, I get it. So if she's only talking about the facts, I won't, you know what I mean? That would be great. But I don't know. I don't know her well enough to know what her channel's about. And he had a damn Helen on or something over his head. Let's see. There ain't much like news, man. Let's see. Interview. So we got watch an interview. Dude, it's crazy how many creators already are in this, man. It's insane. My bad, y'all. I'm looking for like some sort of interview. There ain't much, man. There ain't much. not much. I'm going to open up the panel for y'all while I look around, leave some entertainment, and then if I have to, let's see. Yeah, I'll look around, see what I can find, and then quiet everybody down on panel. You know what I mean? You know what I mean. What else we got here? Pop, pop. Shots fired. Shots fired. Gabby documentaries on is occurring in her family and so. Yeah. I thought about that one too, man. I did think about that one. I got other sounds. I got applause. I got laughter.
I can hit y'all with this one.
We'll get off of that though. I did a whole live. You want to go check that out? You could do that. Daniel Robinson. I seen that. Let's go see. Let's go. Let me search. Okay. I'll be there to check the StreamYard in a minute. Yeah, Dateline NBC. That's what's up. Yeah. All right, hold on. And we're going to check this one out. All right, let's see. StreamYard. Share. 1 second. 1 second.
Dawn in the desert, a clear and chilly November morning. We are near the city of Buckeye, Arizona, where a caravan of cars is arriving, carrying volunteers. For the next several hours, they will comb this unforgiving landscape, looking for a young man who's been missing since June of 2021. His name, Daniel Robinson. And leading the search, not law enforcement, but Daniel's father, David.
Man, my bad, y'all. I gotta pause this for a second. Losing my mind. Oh, shout out to I Got Some Shit to Say, the podcast. Sunday, go check out Squints 15. That's I Got Some Shit to Say, the podcast. Anyway, let's go. Man, no, that's gonna drive me nuts. Hold on, y'all. I'll be right back. Let me put let me see. All right. My bad, y'all. Yeah, that's what happens when you're a parent. Now I feel that. All right, let me get back to this.
Where is everybody located?
For 9 painful months, Robinson and his team of volunteers, people he now calls family,
This is my family.
have been desperately trying to find any trace of his son.
He's a very bright, intelligent geologist. Anything that Daniel want to do, he would do it. He's born without a right hand, but he found ways to master anything that he want to do. You know, he's a geologist. Of course, Arizona is the ideal place.
In June 2021, Daniel had just begun a job doing field work at a desert well site. He'd always...
Braylon, you gotta go. No. See, will you come get her? This girl.
Kept in close touch with his family back home in South Carolina. But around this time, Daniel suddenly stopped calling.
I tried to call his phone constantly. He wasn't answering.
In fact, the whole family tried calling Daniel. Nothing. His sister in Arizona checked his apartment. No one there.
I was worried. I didn't want to panic because I didn't want my children to panic. So that's when I decided to call the Buckeye Police Department.
The Buckeye PD is a small one with barely more than 100 officers. Nevertheless, they began investigating by first checking the area where Daniel was reportedly working. Nothing turned up. 2 days later, David Robinson, desperate for answers, felt he had to take matters into his own hands.
That's crazy, man. So, no, wait, this is insane. A lot of these people that just go missing, it just doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? So I wonder if they, this person, I wonder if he just dipsetted. See ya.
I just grabbed everything I had, threw it in my vehicle, and just started driving. And I made it here. I came straight through, left South Carolina, came straight to Arizona.
Some 45 hours later, David arrived in this daunting desert, exhausted, but in a panic. His son was out here somewhere, all alone, facing 3-digit heat, rattlesnakes, and not a soul or building in sight. So on his own, David started searching and soon made his way to the well site where his son was last seen.
This is where it all began. This is where the whole narrative started. My son drove off into the desert and vanished, maybe from here.
David then met with a witness, a co-worker of his son's, who said he saw Daniel at the well the day he disappeared.
He did tell me that my son seemed like he was looking out into space somewhere, looking out into the desert terrain, kind of staring off, and was acting really quiet. And then he told me my son just kind of waved off to him, got in this vehicle, and drove off.
Where he went and what exactly happened next, no one seems to know. Soon after that meeting, David began recruiting volunteers to help him search the sprawling Sonoran Desert. Every Saturday for the next few weeks, they scoured this barren, treacherous landscape. They have not.
My cousin and my cousin Jenny, she lives in Arizona. I wonder if she does this because they ride all through all types of places, man.
Found Daniel. Then in July 2021, a break, a big one. A local rancher found Daniel's Jeep rolled over in a remote ravine.
When I first saw that crash site, I was really devastated. This place I had to go to and see for myself.
The airbags had deployed. The sunroof looked as if it had been kicked open, perhaps used as an escape route. And this was odd. Outside the Jeep were what appeared to be Daniel's clothes and work boots, his wallet still in his blue jeans. Inside the vehicle was his college ID, laptop, keys, cell phone, and plenty of bottled water. To help make sense of this mystery, David hired private investigators.
What? That's weird, man. Why did they? This dude's clothes are off of him? What's the chat saying? Is that near Murder Mountain? I don't think so. I didn't think Murder Mountain I thought was on top of California. Very close. No, man, that's close. Yo, this one's pretty interesting.
Investigator Jeff McGrath, an expert at reconstructing accidents. He has a theory of what might have happened.
There was nothing driven, and
wait a minute. Before he does that, man, I wish. Hold on, my bad, y'all.
David hired private investigators.
But before he does that, I want everybody in the chat, since nobody's seen it. What do you think based off of? Hold on. I want to go back because I have my own belief on this picture right there. What do y'all think? How do you think this vehicle got here? There's where, I guess that's an aerial view.
By
Then you got
2021, a break, a big one. A local rancher
There you go.
found Daniel's Jeep rolled over in a remote ravine.
When I first saw that crash site, I was really devastated.
There you go. What do you think? Based on what you're looking at. I believe that all this damage was done with, this looks like a bat or a pry bar or maybe a rock. Like it was beat on with a rock. That looks like it was smashed with boulders. Smashed. Tires aren't popping. It doesn't really look wrecked. All over the side. I don't know, man. I don't think there is a side. Based off of the desert, knowing the desert, I don't think there was anything that it fell off. Honestly, looks beat. Yeah. I had an old Jeep, and I had some kids in high school that didn't really like me, and they were bad. And they beat this Jeep I had with pry bars on the sides, and it looked just like that. Like just like that. Foul play. It looks like it fell off a cliff. Looks like he was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Yeah, I don't believe push bar. Somebody said that. That looks very possible. Very possible. What's that on the rim there? Say it again. What's that on the rim there? Searching for Daniel, they found 5 or 6 other human remains in the area. Man, that's the desert. Wouldn't doubt it. That is the desert. Oh yeah, while I'm on this pause, I forgot about these things. Check these out. They're not very big. When I was cleaning up, putting everything together, I got a bunch of stickers still. Hit me up on Instagram and I can get you some out in the mail. Get you some in the mail. I only got a little bit left. Not many left. The seatbelt was still plugged in. Huh. David Robinson has done so much to find. Yeah, I bet. What's that square on the rim? Let's see.
This place I had to go to and see.
Jeep rolled over.
What are you talking about? Square on the rim.
Over in a remote ravine.
When I first saw that crash site, I was really devastated. This place I had to go to and see for myself.
The airbags had deployed. The sunroof looked as if it had been.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess that it was beat on based off of the ground. You can see there was a hill up there, but it takes a lot to roll a vehicle, man. It does. And based on, I mean, it wouldn't take much to dump it. Momentum would carry it, but it doesn't look like there's any glass on the ground. This doesn't really look tossed around. It looks like it was pushed over with the truck. That's it. It was beat on. It looks like it was in this, to me, I would say it was in this spot. It was beat on and it was pushed. I don't know if it was even flipped. I mean, look, there's papers still in the back of the seat. You know what I'm saying? You'd think if it was rolling down the hill hard enough to do all that damage, it would jar those papers right out of the back of the seat. I mean, I don't know. What y'all think? After he was kidnapped or killed and sold again, I mean, did the bumper cause the damage? The airbags are deflated. Well, airbags, here's a fun fact about airbags, is that they have holes in the side. So when you hit them, they're designed to deflate. You know what I'm saying? So they go off, they fill up really quickly, rapidly, long enough to absorb you, and then they deflate. They don't just stay inflated. Going off experience.
Kicked open, perhaps used as an escape route. And this was odd. Outside the Jeep were what appeared to be Daniel's clothes and work boots, his wallet still in his blue jeans. Inside the vehicle was his college ID, laptop, keys, cell phone, and plenty of bottled water. To help make sense of this mystery, David hired private investigator Jeff McGrath, an expert at reconstructing accidents. He has a theory of what might have happened.
There was nothing along this route that the vehicle took into that bottom ravine that matched the damage. It's telling me the vehicle was probably crashed somewhere else. Either moved here or it was continued to be driven, and this was its final stop. And whether somebody stole it in joyriding, whether Daniel was in it, but it tells me something happened somewhere else.
So there's glass. There's some glass. Appreciate you. Thanks for streaming Daniel's case. Check out his father's channel. Please help find Daniel for information. Yeah, I will. Sherry, I appreciate you. Someone torture him, maybe strip him. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's weird. Like, I try to relate a lot of what I see to movies. I know that sounds crazy, but I do. And when I see that, it's like you see a lot of the movies where they take them out to the desert, take the clothes off, shield them all their defenses, and make them walk home. You know what I mean? Something weird. Kid's only got one hand. There's the glass, so it did look like there. It doesn't look like it's glass that accelerated when it flew. Like, it doesn't look like it hit and kept rolling. It looks like it broke right there and then laid there for a second. Let's see what he has to say. Run it back.
And this was its final stop. And whether somebody stole it in joyriding, whether Daniel was in it, but it tells me something happened somewhere else.
The Jeep has since been moved to a secured location for further analysis, but plenty of evidence still remains of the crash.
I don't believe it was enough to kill, no. The airbags had enough force to do some damage. They strike you in the face, and they come out with a lot of force, and it could cause a concussion, but there wasn't enough violence here in this crash to cause a lethal.
That suggests Daniel survived and was perhaps disoriented and maybe wandered aimlessly into the desert.
No way. Took his clothes off? He took his clothes off and just started walking around. I'm sorry for laughing, but did this guy really say what I... Hold on.
And maybe wandered aimlessly into the desert. Could this be other than accidental? Could foul play be involved in Daniel's disappearance? It's something McGrath and David have not ruled out. It's something police have examined too. To this point, there is no evidence of that. None at all. Whatever happened back in June of 2021 has David Robinson now bracing for the worst.
It's hard to say you're searching for your son walking around the desert with no clothing, no shoes. So I had to mentally put it in my head that I'm doing a recovery. So I need to go find every spot I can out here to rescue my son. He may be hurt, injured, somewhere stuck, whatever. I need to find my son. I found something up here interesting.
David is hoping to get more attention, help, and resources from the Buckeye PD, which says this is still an ongoing investigation, although so far not a criminal one.
Okay, so we're still working this side.
He's also tried to...
I wonder if this dude's still out looking every Saturday, man. I wonder. Yo, you know what's sad, man? Like, this is sad in general. Local ranchers. Dad, I believe it's planted there. I agree. If the vehicle was planted, what about his clothes being on the ground there? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think he only has one hand, right? I think so. That would make it all more like of a reason that you could use a car accident. People say, oh man, he lost control, couldn't catch it and flipped it. Yes, couch bag. Maybe you had a head injury from the crash. Yeah, but they found like 5 or 6 bodies in the desert. You know what I'm saying? From looking. So how far could you actually get walking on foot, no clothes, in the desert in triple digits? You know what I'm saying? Like with no water, with a head injury, you would think it wouldn't be far. You know, but it's sad because there's coyotes, there's all types of animals out there that could have drug them further. You know what I mean? It's sad. I always heard Phoenix was sketchy. I was born in Mesa. I was born in Mesa. I'm gonna have to check David out. This is David right here, yeah. Oh, this is a different Daniel. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Take notes. Take notes. Crime Con. Good. It's hard to tell anything. Yeah, I know. But I never knew anything about this, Shannon. Never knew anything about it. You got to start somewhere. Facts. Facts. I would lose everything I got. I'd lose my house. I'd lose my car. I'd lose everything. I see why people say, oh, that person's homeless or they're a bum or whatever you want to call them, out transient, whatever you want to call them, man. You don't know what somebody's been through, man. You don't know what you don't know. Yeah, shout out to that dad, man. Shout out to that dad. On social media, easy to get hold of. Yeah, that'd be what's up. That's what's up.
Enlist federal help. In the fall of 2021, the Buckeye PD briefed the FBI and asked for their assistance. The Bureau recently told us they're still assessing the case. So far, they have not gotten involved. So for now, David Robinson and his team of volunteers continue to search.
I really have faith that somehow God can bless that he's alive somewhere, and I hope so. I am not stopping. He's my son. He's my responsibility. He's a fighter. He never give up on anything. I definitely won't give up on him.
Hey, NBC News.
That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Huh. Man, my bad. I know there was somebody up there. My fault, man. I wanted to get that in real quick before I jump to the panel. My fault. Yeah, one person jump in. Phone was found in the vehicle. His phone was found in his vehicle. Imagine that. Phone was at the scene. So no clothes, no phone, no vehicle in the middle of the desert. Nah, somebody abducted that kid, man. Where's Dylan? I don't know, man. I don't know where Dylan is. Dylan's doing his own thing. I would come on, but my phone wouldn't let me connect last time. Oh, you're good. You're good. I'll just go back to finding something else. It's all good. I ain't worried about it. I'm gonna hit you with the see what we got. Yeah, definitely. Arizona, man, like to me, I want to go back to see it, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. Alabama, devices are not connected. That sounded scary, Kurt. What about this one? I missed it earlier, so I hit it now.
I think we got a super chat.
That made me jump. Everyone show Captain Kurt some love. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. The father still does lives. That's what's up. That is what's up. It's almost where you want to chip everyone. All right, let's see. What's the dad? You said the dad's got one? Let's see if we can find the dad. Y'all know the dad's channel? Daniel Robinson. Somebody know the dad's channel. Yeah. Help find Daniel. Is that what it is? Let's see. What's going on? Help find Daniel Robinson. Maybe that. Please help find Daniel. Bam. Videos. Man, there's a lot. He's got a lot of videos. Let's start up in the beginning. Oh my goodness. Shout out to Pops, man. This man putting in work. What? 10 months. He's been doing this for 10 months. Maybe I don't want to see the first one. Maybe I want to see one of the last ones. See what we got. This one's 2 hours, 2 hours. That'd be going ham with them 2-hour lives. Man, that's cool, man. I just go into this one. 3 hours long.
Son,
Go Alabama,
Daniel
man.
Robinson.
Since he was a child, he liked to challenge everything.
Alabama.
He was born with a challenge.
And I wanted to introduce him to prosthetics.
Alabama, your mic, something's not going on. I'm gonna kick you out, dog. I gotta kick you. Alabama 2207. You gotta pick something. I'll have to take care of the babe. What? What's good, Kenny? Kenny in the house? Kenny Reacts is in the house, ain't he? Yeah, Kenny, check this out. My bad, y'all. I gotta pause it for my dog. Kenny, I got 3 of them. I got 4 of them. Check this one out. Damn, son. We got that one.
I think we got a super chat.
We got that one. We got that one.
Dang,
Hey, Mary, the baby was born 5 years ago, and the other ones were born long before that. Blues Clues, appreciate you. Kurt, you need to figure this out. I am figuring it out. Oh, I get that too. I love it either way. I think it's awesome. Take care of you and the baby. No, don't let her fool you, man. She's watching Hocus Pocus with the baby. That's taking care of the baby. Hocus Pocus. Yeah, Kenny, that's what's up. Kenny Reacts in the house. Hey, somebody drop Kenny's channel. That's what's up. Please remember, Captain Kurt speaks for himself. Thank you, Ashley. The second one, wifey. What? Have you even checked out the Defini murders? I don't know. Is that like a rite of passage? Oh, ever. I thought it said even. Little sassy pants. Yeah, facts. Yeah, you're right. Yes, you're growing more and more. Appreciate you, Vinny. Appreciate you. All right. Back to what I'm watching. My bad. All right, so this is the dad. This is the dad. Second Hocus Pocus. Whoa. No, Natasha. Oh, okay. I was like, man, what's going on here? Sometimes when I read the chat, it feels like the chat's drunk. Like, for real. I don't mean that, no disrespect, but either StreamYard just throws this chat together however they feel needed. Because when I look on here, because I got this rolling too, trying to look through the live chat, and what this says and what this screen over here says aren't the same. Just shout out to StreamYard for messing my chat up. Spooktober, y'all. Yeah, Blue's Clues.
Captain Kurt speaks for himself and no one else.
Yeah, you heard that. That's Captain Kurt. Girls are crazy, boys are easy. You know, I heard that, Kayla. I heard that, and I have to agree. Before I did not agree, and I still kind of think that's crazy, but it's true. Hey, Natasha, shout out to Jesus. Don't let him tell you what you can't believe in. For real. Maybe that's why my comments are. Kim, I see it right now. It's your time to shine. Look, let me tell you something. Watch the freaking YouTube video. Watch the StreamYard. Concentrate on what you're trying to do and paying attention. Like that's a whole lot of moving parts. I invite anybody to come up here and show me how it's done. Because and now I got all these. Here, let me take you on a exploration real quick. Look, I got this big old thing that I'm working with here. This panel. I got this microphone. Got another microphone over here. Got to add a camera. I mean, another camera. So I could pan over to another camera. I'm trying to do it big, man. Gotta figure it out all the way. You can't just figure it out halfway. You gotta figure out the whole process. Yeah, seeing ain't always believing. We breathe and don't see oxygen. We breathing and don't see oxygen. Fact. Yeah, I appreciate you. I can show you, but you got it. And the only way you can do it is learn, right? No nay on the sound. What does that mean? You don't like my sounds? You don't like my sounds? That's a catfish coolie call. All right, back to this video. Just checking the chat. I did find a thing. Check this out. I did find a little adapter that I can plug in and I can get a second screen. So I'll be able to watch the chat over here and watch the video over here. I can see them both. Just dropped in. I see this case. Please do the case on Daniel Robinson. I live here and it's beyond bizarre, and too many body parts are found while looking for them. Yeah, I am. I'm glad you said that, Green. I'm glad you said that. That's what's up, Green. Let's just go back to it. This is the dad question and answers. I don't know nothing about his videos, so we're about to learn right now.
It's because he's born one hand. We quickly learned that that's something that Daniel don't want. He let nothing stop him. He decided to be a geologist once he got into freshman year in college. He excelled that. He graduated with honors.
Daniel's first job is checking the viability of water wells in the Arizona desert.
He loved this area, of course, because of the rock formation. You're a geologist, this is the best place to be.
But the terrain became a hellscape for his dad when Daniel went missing back in June from his job site.
And what number search is this?
This is search number 14.
Navigating the dangers in the desert, the Army veteran knows firsthand time is of the essence.
When I called the Buckeye Police Department, they told me that I had to wait an extra 3 hours because they had a 12-hour, report time when you can say a person is missing. Then I called them back and put in a missing person report. I got very worried. That's when I got very worried. I asked the Buckeye Police Department to go out and search that area. The officer told me that they were going to send a vehicle out there, a helicopter out to search for him. I was relieved. And then he called back an hour later, said, no, it was a no-go. I'm his dad, and he's my son. I've lost all sense of reality. At that moment, I said, you know what? They're not going to look for my son. I'm going to have to do it myself.
Before he arrived, police did decide to search on foot and with helicopters.
This is the last place your son was seen?
The last place.
What do you think happened, David?
I think a lot happened here. I'm very suspicious.
But he doesn't know what. A month in, there's a break in the case, and police call Robinson.
I got afraid, actually, that it's going to be some bad news. He said, no, we just found his vehicle.
Some ranchers found it. And then...
Yo, I wonder, could somebody fit down one of them holes? I wonder if anybody's talked about that yet.
At that point, we conducted our investigation and additional searches.
What was the condition of the car? If it had rolled over, it sounds like it was pretty bad.
Yeah, the car was on its side. The sunroof was kicked out at that point, so he might have exited through the sunroof.
His wrecked car in a ravine, both airbags deployed, Daniel's cell phone, clothes he was wearing that day, and a case of water all found at the crash site. But not Daniel. People don't just disappear into thin air.
True.
Does that sort of feel like what's happened here?
Yes. Yeah, it's very, very challenging case.
No matter how much the family asks for this to be a criminal investigation, can you make that happen?
We can't make up evidence. Absolutely suspicious circumstances related to the case.
Frustrated and heartbroken, Robinson hired a private investigator. Where are we going?
Down here is where the vehicle was recovered from.
Is that the glass from the car?
Yes.
When you looked at this accident, what are the discrepancies that you noticed right away?
I believe it was in more than one collision.
What does the data from the black box of the car tell you?
That there was 11 additional miles on the vehicle since the airbags came out.
Happy birthday, cowboy badass.
What does that tell you?
That tells me it was crashed somewhere else.
Does that sound suspicious? What explains that?
Well, we had the national expert that came in and provided us his findings. And then they ended up speaking to an expert at Jeep. And the expert says, yes, sometimes that happens and it's not unusual.
But the data also shows someone tried to start the car 46 times after the crash.
That's something we can't explain.
It begs the question again. The family is saying it's criminal. It's got to be a reason.
Wait a minute.
A private investigator. Where are we going?
Down here is where the vehicle was recovered from.
Is that the glass from the car?
Yes.
When you looked at this accident, what are the discrepancies that you noticed right away?
I believe it was in more than one collision.
What does the data from the black box of the car tell you?
That there was 11 additional miles on the vehicle since the airbags came out.
What does that tell you?
That tells me it was crashed somewhere else.
Does that sound suspicious? What explains that?
Well, we had the national expert that came in and provided us.
Yo, that explains the box in the back seat, though. Because I thought that too. Somebody said, oh, the box was in the back seat, perfectly placed down on the seat. But boxes are boxes, so they're going to fall. You know what I mean? If it flew over the seat and then landed back in the front or in the back seat or wherever, it's going to land on one of the sides. So maybe that explains the box. Maybe it was wrecked. And then the box was put in there after the first wreck. And then this is the second wreck.
His findings. And then they ended up speaking to an expert at Jeep. And the expert says, yes, sometimes that happens and it's not unusual.
But the data also shows someone tried to start the car 46 times after the crash.
That's something we can't explain.
It begs the question again. The family is saying it's criminal. It's got to be a reason danger. Do something.
Right. Right. No, I agree. It's but we need information. We need evidence.
He's got a lot of theories. His words, I think.
Why did it not? Okay. Did they try to start it 46 times? Why did they try to start it? And why wasn't it starting? You know what I mean? That ain't a crash that's going to knock everything out. What can they explain? I mean, 46 times, maybe the vehicle. This might sound crazy, but check this out. Like, if the vehicle is laying on its side, right? I wonder if it won't start because all the motor oil rolls to one side, all the water, the motor has a lot of pressure on the start cylinder, the start valve. But what if they try to start it in order to try to flip it back over? That makes sense. Like, you know, you can like move the wheels and it like pushes it over. It was different. 11 miles. Yeah, Shannon. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was leaning towards, the computer error on the 46 starts. Does it have an engine kill when it crashes for fuel reasons? I don't know. Possibly.
I don't think they cared. What do you say to that?
Can be furthest from the truth.
Losing hope, Robinson began pleading for media coverage.
It literally took 3 months.
While Robinson searched for his son, the country.
Yeah, I guess it could be a fuel cutoff valve. Or like if it tips, the fuel realizes it's empty. You know what I mean? So it can't engage. Or they say it was normal. What about the girls he wanted to date? I don't know about the girls.
Became riveted by media coverage of another missing persons case, the case of Gabby Petito.
In my situation, people think I love our children less or something, or they're less important.
In 2020, more than 543,000 missing persons records were filed. More than 480,000 were cleared. And 40% of the missing are people of color.
There are a lot of Gabby Petitos and Natalie Holloways in the Black and Brown community.
That's why former police officer Derica Wilson co-founded Black and Missing Inc. and says too often their cases go untold. Eventually, local stations did stories and citizens began helping search. Did you know Daniel?
No, I just wanted to help.
You're just helping out a stranger on a Saturday.
Yeah.
Why?
You know what? I can't imagine what that man's going through.
As the search for Daniel goes into its 5th month, another family is in the midst of a terrible mystery for a 5th year. The family of Nikki and Arianna Fitts.
Arianna is very
I hate to say this, but is this all okay? I mean, I hope these little girls get found and these people get found, but I just kind of wanted to watch what this dude's talking about. I just keep going.
energetic, very happy.
2-year-old Arianna went missing under the most suspicious of circumstances in the San Francisco Bay Area in 2016. Her mother, Nikki Fitts, was found in a shallow grave in San Francisco's McLaren Park, but Arianna was gone.
It breaks my heart that Arianna is not with her mom and Arianna is not with her family. But it also breaks my heart even more is
BNC Live has been following from the beginning. A father continues his mission to find out what happened to his son.
Daniel Robinson vanished in the Buckeye Desert.
Daniel Robinson went missing in the Buckeye Desert.
Urgent plea from a father who has scoured the vast Arizona desert himself. 4-year-old Daniel Robinson. And this.
Shout out to this dad, man. Look, this man is on every freaking media outlet possible. YouTube, the news, Dr. Oz, all over, man. Shout out to him. This is what you do when your kid goes missing.
Is a very, very odd mystery.
Daniel Robinson disappeared on June 23rd in the far West Valley.
His parents, David and Melissa, need our help.
I'm David Robinson, the father of geologist Daniel Kandil Robinson.
His name, Daniel Robinson. And leading the search, not law enforcement, but Daniel's father, David.
God knows how much we can bear, you know? And at times I feel like I can't really take but so much.
Where is Daniel Robinson?
And identify they were human leg bones.
But you know what? It's still urgent to me as a father because, we found human remains out here.
David Robinson had only one thought on his mind as he drove the nearly 1,800 miles from his South Carolina home to Phoenix.
I had to find my son. I also want to thank the volunteers that come out here.
All right, I gotta fast forward it a little bit because this is a lot, man, in the front side of these. All right.
I would like to answer those things and also give you my insights and things I think about this case and think about what's going on with everything about this case. Again, my son, Daniel Robinson, a geologist, graduated from the College of Charleston in Charleston, South Carolina. He's a native of South Carolina, our entire family. He graduated from the College of Charleston with honors in the field of geology. He took his degree out here in Phoenix, Arizona to start his career and start his life. He landed his first job with a company called Matrix, engineering company called Matrix New World, also called Matrix Southwest Groundwater. They hired him on as a field geologist. For those who do not know, he's a field geologist, also called a hydrogeologist. He go out to various well sites all over this Arizona, the state of Arizona. Sometimes he works in the night, sometimes work day, but he get his assignments. But his job is to check those viabilities of those wells, to get water level measurements. Each well in here in Arizona is a desert state, have to produce at least 100 years of water by law. His job is, and his company's job is to determine that. That's why they hired him on. He's also had to get those rock sediment, get those samples at those wells as well, to make sure that the water is drinkable. What type of rock sediments are coming out of that well. So those things have to be tested in the lab. Dan's job is to do that, collect those things and do all that kind of stuff that he do as a scientist. So
that's a pretty cool job. My son would like that job. He really would.
Definitely very proud. My family is very proud. Daniel's mother is very proud. His siblings are very proud. The family is very proud of Daniel's accomplishments. As you guys know, Daniel was born without one hand. He from his childhood, he always challenged everything, always challenges himself to do better. Daniel, of course, for a family standpoint, it was one of the things that parents we do look for when our child is born is for them to have everything, right? But Daniel showed us one thing for sure. He just asked a question about his hand one time to his mother. His mother gave him an answer to that. Let him know that God will return it back to him one day. God, he have a special hand, and God's keeping it for him. Daniel asked that question again. But I can tell you, Daniel been teaching himself things like playing video games to always challenge his older brother, his older sisters, twin sisters. They challenge each other on everything. They always talking about, the science. We come from a science type family. Everybody talking about science stuff. Daniel played video games, challenging him on that. Challenge him, like I said, academically. Want to be, even from playing an instrument, he taught himself how to play the French horn. That was his first instrument. Also played the trumpet, dabbled a little bit on trombone. Also, Daniel had tried a little bit of sports. He tried to do things like lift weights as well. He did a lot of the stuff. He challenged himself to everything. He also challenged himself when it came to the college. Every time I look around when he was younger, he always gets some type of award, whether it's academic all-stars and things like that, some type of academic award. He made it to the College of Charleston in his freshman year. He had an idea of geology, but he took a class and he fell in love with it. From that point, he graduated with honors, like I told you guys. While he was in college, he lived a college experience like anybody would.
Man, I need to go. I'm glad. I like hearing his backstory, but y'all, I need to go find like news clips of this. That's what I was hoping this had. Missing. I don't want to watch anything that. My frustrations. When was that? 9 months ago. On location. Fathers. Man, this kid's been missing for a long time. Access.
When I started my business in 2011, I chose Wix.
It's been exactly 1 year this month that 24-year-old geologist Daniel Robinson went missing. And as we continue our work with the Black and Missing Foundation, we sit down with Daniel's father, David, who tells our Zuri Hall about the mystery surrounding his son's disappearance.
Tell me a little bit about Daniel. What was he like as a kid?
He's a very high-spirited young man. A lot of people didn't know Daniel was born without a right hand. But early on in his childhood, he quickly let the family know that, hey, I'm a strong child.
You want to know what's sad about this, man? Obviously, the kid's missing. But because nothing is known, really, and the only person that would essentially know the answers is him. Huh. Yo, I don't understand. Okay, check this out. This is going to sound crazy, but like when Kylie Rodney went missing, rest in peace, Kylie Rodney, there was drones flying all around. There ain't nobody that's got a drone that can go rip it around over top of this man's desert a little bit. There's got to be there was an Adventures with Purpose that does the water. There's got to be like aerial adventures with purpose, something. I dropped the StreamYard link. People asked for the StreamYard link. There's the StreamYard link. I'll try to pin it, see if I can catch it. What? There you go. Pinned up. We sure can. Let's ride. He flies a helicopter. Yeah, but they're talking about, Lex was talking about he needs, I feel like Elias stopped looking for him in this case. It's so very odd. Getting to help. Yeah, Heavy D Sparks. You ain't lying. I wonder if Heavy D Sparks seen all this. Ain't that right out in their neck of the woods? Really got the good. Yes, go get foundation. I wish I could just pick up the phone and be like, "Hey, Heavy D Sparks, what's good, dog? What's good?" Y'all tag him. Share this, tag him, do whatever. He's been assisting on Dylan's case. Yeah, I seen that. I don't know. I just don't. I want to get something else. I want to reach out and grab something else. I'm glad y'all whoever pointed this one out. I appreciate you. Because you need to understand this.
Everything. On June 20th.
Like, this is what everybody, during the Kylie Rodney case, they wanted a parent that was involved in the search. They wanted answers. These are the people I want answers for. You know what I'm saying? I want answers for a father that has devoted his entire life to finding his son. You know what I'm saying? From what I see, this man's devoted his entire life to this. What
was that?
That was my catfish call.
Oh, that's funny.
That's a real one. Look. Where I got.
Oh, am I on? Hey, Kurt. What? I just bumped into this and saw that you guys were on, that you were on. I hadn't heard about this case ever.
Yeah, I want to bring some attention to somebody else too. I'm not getting away from what I've been doing, but it's also good to.
We need Dylan's map skills. To find out what's in an 11-mile radius from there to see where the Jeep could have been.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't know what he's doing. He might be working. I know when we caught him, he was free on vacation pretty much. So he was on all the time. I haven't even seen him anywhere around.
I'm gonna move all this stuff out of the way.
Some people YouTube just ain't, you know what I mean? It's not for them. So I get it either way.
This is a good kid, apparently. I mean, bright and promising future. I mean, this is sad. He wasn't out doing anything that he shouldn't be. It doesn't sound like.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Parents don't always know. He doesn't seem to be like that. I'm trying to find something on anything online. Daniel, was his name Daniel Robinson?
Yeah.
But 11 miles. I mean, I would start there. Go out.
Yeah, that's true. Miles. Let me see. I might be able to get. Hold on.
Okay, I'll look and see what I can find on this kid. But
the sad thing is it seems like he was by himself. which is
Both
kind of weird,
airbags
I
were
guess, but he was
deployed.
working.
Do both airbags always deploy? No, I don't think so.
Depends. Depends on where the collision is.
Oh,
Both
okay.
airbags in the front should, unless he had the passenger one turned off, which I don't
But
see
that
why.
would be only if there was a passenger in the seat that was small, right?
I gotta find the exact coordinates of where he was at. That's another thing I need to find.
And how long has this kid been missing?
It looks like over a year, at least over a year. All the airbags will come.
Now, I grew up in Arizona. I went to high school out there, and we used to go party in the desert and stuff. And it gets very cold at night. So you were wondering why somebody might have been turning it on or trying to. I mean, I don't know what you do with it on its side, except for maybe try and stay warm if you could get it to come on.
I don't know. To me,
Try
it's
and
weird.
get
The
the
whole-
phone charged up, or
I don't know. I don't know why they would just keep trying to start it and start it and start it. I don't know. Like I said, maybe to try to get the wheels to turn, to try to roll it over. I don't know. I don't know what this means.
these aren't that heavy, are they? Not
Say it
really.
again? Yeah, I,
mean-
would say they're probably pretty heavy.
I guess.
Still 3,000 pounds at least.
Oh, I guess so they don't flip when you're mudding or whatever.
Well, not only that, it's just a vehicle, so I'm sure it's pretty stout. But that's not really like an off-road Jeep. That was like a.
Oh, it wasn't? I didn't
No, it was
see
like a
it.
Jeep Liberty, I think.
Oh, okay.
It was. I mean, it's 4-wheel drive. Probably he could drive the desert, but
Yeah.
it's not. Lifted. It doesn't have
We used
much.
to go hang out in these deserts in high school, and like Kylie Rodney's type of party, where just everybody goes out in the woods or whatever. We used to go and people would try and drive their Jeeps and their dune buggies or whatever up the sides of the mesas.
Yeah. No, I believe it. The rock crawlers and all that, but it's
Yeah, we
weird
did that.
because this kid was just doing his job. You know what I mean? Like he was out.
See, that's the other thing. I would look at who he had to go see.
Yeah, I think he was doing water testing. I think that's what they were
Right.
saying. I wish I knew where that was.
You could have stumbled on coyotes. I mean, not coyotes the animal, but trap people hiding
Yeah.
people.
No, it could
I
have.
mean, who
Very
knows?
possible.
Out in
possible.
Arizona desert, very possible.
Let's see though. Let's see what this keeps talking about. Hold
This
on.
looks
Let
like
me
up
keep going.
north in Arizona.
That's what I'm trying to find out.
2021, David's worst nightmare became reality when Daniel seemingly vanished from a job site in Buckeye, Arizona.
Buckeye,
According to-
Arizona,
Ooh.
job site. So he was on a job site.
Now, surely nobody's investigated it except for the private investigator and his father, right? Is that what I heard?
Well, I'm sure the police did. I would hope.
Didn't sound like it.
Yeah, you might be right. A job site. So
Because there was no
Buckeye-
criminal.
Say it again.
There was no crime that they could pinpoint to be able to start an investigation. So I thought
Right.
that's what he said. But
It's
how'd y'all do after
possible.
the storm?
Good. We were fine. Didn't even really come through here.
Oh, that's right. We got
I mean,
it.
it did. It rained, but it didn't. It kept us pretty far out of it by the turn that went south.
Oh,
It's
We
weird
had-
because we have Tampa's like nothing but Indian burial grounds, and there's been like this saying that the Indians keep the hurricanes away from Tampa Bay, and I believe it because every time those things start coming up by us, they shoot away from us. Like they get out of this immediate area and they go somewhere else. They come close. Irma came really close to making a lot of damage. This one, if it would have came where it said it originally was going, it would have destroyed a lot of things. Like we left and freaking I went to work, I left work, and when I got home the track changed. And I was getting ready to start batting down the hatches and nothing happened.
yeah. I actually had the day off, so I was glad for it. my store closed anyway, but our yard got torn up. Other than that, it wasn't too bad. We didn't get nearly as much. What?
Yeah, you hear me? Listen.
I think we got a super
No way. Too funny. Oh, damn. Damn.
Yeah, let's see though. So I want to see. He's at this job site.
Reports he arrived on site around 9 a.m. but quickly left, which his dad says was not normal, as he would usually be there for several hours.
When did you know in your gut that something was very wrong?
Danny didn't answer his phone. His sister went to his house to check to see if he was there. We tried to contact friends of his, and when they began anybody, they haven't even seen him. I heard some of the things from the coworker that was there with him say, hey, look, he's there with me only 10 minutes and just disappeared.
There had been no sign of Daniel after he oddly left his job site until nearly a month later, when David says Daniel's badly damaged Jeep seemingly appeared out of nowhere. Police say they don't suspect foul play, which is why it hasn't been investigated further. But
yeah, you're right. You're right.
David says he believes otherwise.
First of all, everything my son was wearing was 3 feet away from the vehicle. His clothing down to his underwear, everything was there.
Yeah, his underwear were there. That's so weird. So he got completely naked to go wander around. Start his car 46 times, get completely naked and go wandering around.
Adding to the mystery, David also says a local cattle rancher had been in the area just 2 days prior and claims the Jeep was not previously there. So David hired a private investigator.
What?
The car was near Sun Valley Parkway and Cactus Road.
Okay. Look at
It was
you.
a Jeep Renegade.
A Renegade. Sun Valley.
More about the disappearance.
What was the crossroad?
Cactus Road and Sun Valley Parkway. It's outside of Phoenix, that's for sure.
What? Oh, that I see. That's pretty far away. That's crazy.
He was born in 97. So he's been missing 1 year, 3 months, and 3 days.
There you go. Huh.
Uh-huh.
So you know what's weird to me though is when I hear this Jeep got wrecked like this, it wrecked somewhere else and then wrecked here again, and his clothes are missing. Like it's crazy. But what if this dude tried to like fake his death? I mean, I don't know, but it's kind of weird that the clothes.
But why would he do that?
I don't know. Not sure. You're right, but
I mean, there's a million possibilities at this point.
Yeah.
But
it's just so weird that like you can see that this hit in the windshield is from the outside, and it looks like the one on the passenger side is from the inside. Like that windshield is destroyed. And then the front of this Jeep isn't really that bad. Like the lights are still intact on the driver's side.
Okay, that's what I'm seeing. Okay. It's on its side. Oh, I see what it, okay. I can't turn my head that way.
Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was looking outside.
I have a broken neck, so.
The driver's side looks like it was from the outside. The passenger side looks like it was from the inside.
I wish they would say more like what was seen in the Jeep. Was there blood? Did he get hurt? Because if he got hurt, he could have just wandered off and coyotes could have ate him or something, you know.
Yeah, but you would think you would find some sort of remains by now. Because they found like
somebody else's,
5 or 6 other people.
Oh, so it's a dumping ground already.
Look at that. And look where it is. Like, they're not in like rough. I mean, it's rough terrain. Don't get me wrong. But it's not like you can't see much through here. You know what I mean? So if this rancher said that this vehicle wasn't there 2 days ago, that means somebody goes out there. So you would think you would see a pack of coyotes or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just weird. That's weird. Hold on, let's see. There's got to be more to this. And they said that it's not all over the news, but that doesn't make any sense. You would think that there would be. I see it on a few different stations here.
Himself with the help of volunteers. And while there has been no sign of Daniel, they have uncovered remains of several other people who were missing.
What does it mean to you to know that even though you still continue to look for Daniel, through your work, you have found other missing persons' remains and potentially given some closure to their loved one?
Has the dad talked to the rancher? I wonder.
There's got to be some. I mean, how can you want help if they can't give up any more information?
I don't understand. Rips in the clothes doesn't make sense for clothes to be off. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Allegedly, he was acting strangely, behaving strangely. Let's see what this is. Turning a blind eye, families. I wish they wouldn't make it a color issue.
I just don't understand. Like, why? How come certain people get certain exposure? It can't be a color thing. I don't think it's a color thing. I really don't. I feel like maybe.
I think it's more economic thing. Normally, I don't.
I just feel like the news is going to look for what's going to trend and what's going to hit, and where they can fit a conspiracy into it.
Well, if there was nothing to say foul play, then they got nothing to run with.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's true.
They can't make it any more salacious than what it is, because it isn't.
That's true. You're right. But I guess, essentially, it could just be like they know that color is going to affect the search parties, but I don't believe that. I just think that they believe that. So they don't cover things that, like a blonde-haired white girl missing underage, everybody wants to know where she's at. You know, and that's good.
But this is a young black man who...
Right. It should be the same way across the board, and I don't feel like it is at all.
No, this is true.
But I don't, and it's just weird, man. Like,
but I mean, we don't. I wish I knew what was in the area that he might, within that 11 miles.
I wonder if there's been like, what do the freaking coworkers have to say?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Check. What are all the? Oh, no way.
There's no way to even do much research on this because
nobody knows about their person.
Oh, my bad.
But yeah.
No, you're right. I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's there, but it's not there. If that makes sense.
But I know the desert. I mean, remember that movie with Franco, where he got his arm? He was a climber or whatever, and got his arm stuck. Ended up dying out there with James Franco. He was like climbing through the rock.
Oh yeah.
I mean, stuff like that happens.
Yeah.
And it just happens. But why would he take off his clothes?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. It's definitely something that can happen, but what?
I mean, shock. I just recently got in a car wreck. I didn't try to take off my clothes.
Right.
You know, I don't know why he would do that.
He disappeared hours after sending the text of many people going out for the searches. Devil's Rejects.
What was that? Devil's Rejects?
Yeah, somebody said Devil's Rejects. I think that's a movie.
Yeah, it's a movie.
No, I know it is. I think that's the movie you were talking about.
No.
That's what she thinks is what I'm saying. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, but I think that's what she thought.
Okay. Way far apart. Raised $300,000 to find his missing son.
300,000?
He raised in donations to find his missing son.
What? No way. 300,000? This man that's what's up, Pops. Hold on, let's play this. I want to see if it says that.
Yeah,
it's in the Insider.
In the Insider?
Yeah, insider.com. I just happened to scroll on it. 50 miles.
I'm very happy.
David now hopes someone will come forward with information that might help his family have closure too.
David, what do you miss most about your son?
Our conversation. He and I have our 2-hour conversation. I'm waiting to have those conversations with him again.
Well, if he had that kind of money to be able to move out there, why?
Daniel.
I mean, I'm sure he's probably hired a plane at least to go fly around, or a helicopter.
you would hope so, right?
If you got that kind of money.
I agree. I don't
I
know.
mean, that's
weird.
Everything about it is expensive in doing something like that.
Well, like I said, man, I would sell everything I got if something like
Oh,
that happened. You know what I mean?
at least, yeah. He was testing groundwater at a site in an isolated region. We heard that. But who owns the land?
What do you mean?
I wonder who owns the land that he was doing the research on.
I don't know. I think that he said, see, that's why I want to know a little bit more about it.
A
If
rancher.
anybody's in your dad on a live said the employer has no interest. What?
His employer has no interest in finding him?
Like in making a comment, I guess.
Oh, okay.
I guess.
Yeah, babe. I'm on a live chat. No. What is it? Okay. Are you off work? Okay. Watch some football.
They flew some planes. Did you ever see? There was that plane that went missing, and the one that was, I forget what flight it was, and the whole plane was full of people like this dude.
Scientists, yeah, that went
The
down
whole plane, and this plane went missing, and I wish I could find it again. There was a island
I remember that. Yeah.
is associated to the United States, but it's not associated with the United States. Like you can't just go there.
Was that Jekyll Island?
Yes, I don't know, but that's where the plane had enough gas to make it to. Like that, it could have landed there, pulled into an airplane hangar, and there was hangars there, and nobody would ever know.
But
This
all
case
those
is
scientists,
extremely
yeah.
similar to the missing Texas University student. Jason.
Who's
Yeah,
Jason?
Flight 370, I think that's what it was.
Yeah. I remember hearing about that.
But that's crazy.
That got swept under the rug real quick too.
This dude was on Dr. Oz, News Nation, True Crime with Jenny. He was on a lot of different Dateline, NBC, ICML, Missing Person Mystery.
Did you
He's
say
all
ICML?
over.
Did you say ICML?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't understand though. Let's see. This person went, looks like to the scene. Hold on. This person's at the scene. Hold on. I'll put it up.
All right.
This is the scene. Shout out to Hidden Arizona.
They're out there in the desert.
Huh?
That's out there in the desert where you got no
I mean,
paper.
not really. That's Arizona. I mean,
well,
I guess, but that's out of this. Like, you get out of Buckeye, I'm sure, from based off of the Google Earth image that
There's
I
a lot of
seen.
reservations out there too, because there was one right across the street from where I lived.
Well, hold on.
In
Let me go back.
Scottsdale.
Let me go back to the StreamYard. Let me go. Share.
He spent 40 weeks out there looking.
Oh, look, this is Buckeye right here.
Oh, yeah.
And you got a bunch of crops. You got a town, and then it looks like it breaks right into desert. So it's not, I mean, there ain't no desert this way. Oh, I guess there is. So it could have been over here too. There's Interstate 10.
Can you Google map the
Well, that's why I
the
went to this
intersection?
Daniel Robinson disappearance video on this, guys. I'm gonna go back to this so that I could just I could try to see if it shows where these people went there. So
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe it'll give us an idea. Sonoran Desert of west of Phoenix, Arizona.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's out by Apache Junction and stuff, I think.
What? Okay, so it's not. What?
Sonoran Desert west of Phoenix. Okay.
All right. My bad. Doesn't make sense to me.
Wonder what the conversation with the coworker was about.
I don't know. How do you spell that? S-O-R?
Sonor.
S-O-N-O-R.
Sonoran. S-O-N-O-R. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that is the direction he had to have gone, based off of where that Buckeye is. So Buckeye is west of Phoenix. And Buckeye. So you want me to show you, or did you see it? I'll show the chat. Hold on. Stop share. I should just share the whole thing, but it just works easier this way, because then I could do my own thing. Okay. This is the desert right here.
Okay.
Like this is the. Hold on. Look. There we go. Shout out to Maricopa. I was born in Mesa, so.
Oh, you were?
County. Yeah.
I lived in Maricopa County.
I think my daughter's coming to tell me good night. So there's Buckeye.
Okay. Wow. There's nothing out there.
No. So he definitely probably just drove right on over here. I'm sure this is where they're at, in this area. And there ain't nothing.
No.
But
Testing water. There's I don't even know that there'd be much water.
Maybe that's the wifey beating on the wall. All right. Let's see. Yeah. Go see what they want. Hold on.
Robinson.
Hey, I did find Dad's channel, but the Dad's channel was what we were watching before this, and it was a whole bunch of crazy.
Oh, the dad has a YouTube channel?
Yeah. He it's called,
Let me look that up.
Please Find Daniel Robinson.
Yeah.
Damn, son. I just like messing with you. That was my sound again. Hit you with this one.
That sounds like somebody snoring.
That's a catfish coolie, man. I don't even need the soundboard. I can just do it. I love it. I love that guy. Shout out to these people. I got some shit to say podcast. Squint 615 chat arms. Shout out to them. That's
Missing theories. Let's see what they say with the theories.
They get the he does the soundboard, man, and I love that he has that on there. So when the wifey and them got it for me, I'm like, man, I better utilize it. I got the gunshot, shots fired.
Oh, I got a soundboard recently.
Shots fired, shots fired. Shots fired. Hey, somebody was in the StreamYard in the backstage. You want to jump in here now? Whoever was trying to get in here earlier, I will. Alabama, 200.
Do I need to leave?
with no camera, one, and two, it says that you don't have a microphone on, so I can't. You got to figure something out. At least jump your camera on there. After all the sabotaging I've seen going on, I ain't doing it.
Oh, dude. I was on the panel when that happened.
I know.
Yep.
Oh, we got headlines.
Shit, that was straight up porn.
What's good, man?
What up, man?
How much?
What's
You
up,
watching this?
everybody?
What do you think?
Yeah, I'm watching it. Tell me if this mic is too loud. I got
No,
some
you're
new
good.
equipment.
Crystal clear.
Oh, let me turn my YouTube off. Hold on. You brought me up quick.
No, you're good on. I
Um,
was trying to get
yeah,
Alabama up here, but Alabama's got no.
this case
no
is
camera.
new.
Huh?
I don't know much about this case. It seemed like that truck did flip. I mean, you don't got it on a screen, but it definitely seemed like there was a lot of damage, and it seemed like that rear tire was flat. Like it got busted on a rock or something.
Okay.
But the kid, the kid's missing, right? Daniel Robinson.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can pull that up.
Yeah, that's something I go see if I can.
There's just nothing. There's
Well, you got to remember too that
Now, how old was this kid? Is he on social media or anything like that?
I don't know. Good question. I don't remember which one that was. Let's see, history.
There's so many cases out there.
That's true. What happened to Daniel Robinson? Dr. Oz, there's that interview.
Yeah, I think this is the one that showed. Gonna do an ad, I'm sure. Yeah, well,
Of course.
I think this is the one that showed the vehicle. Pretty sure.
So what's the main line for the story? How'd they get out to where he was presumed missing and the accident?
No, he drove out there. He was at work and drove and was working. I guess left work 10 minutes different or something, and bam.
So he lived around the way. He lived out that way.
Yeah, he was working. Here, you want me to play this?
Yeah.
It's been exactly 1 year this month that 24-year-old geologist Daniel Robinson went missing. And as we continue our work with the Black and Missing Foundation, we sit down with Daniel's father, David, who tells our Zuri Hall about the mystery surrounding his son's disappearance.
Tell me a little bit about Daniel. What was he like as a kid?
I don't think this is the one I want. I think this is the wrong one. I think I wanted the other one that just stated the stuff that I wanted to hear. Yeah.
Okay, I got something on Wikipedia about it. Robinson was last seen leaving his job site in Buckeye, Arizona on June 23rd, 2021. He was working as a geologist. Federal law enforcement relayed to Daniel's father that he had seen him later that morning cleaning his Jeep. He stated, oh, my bad. I'm not.
No, you're good. No. When I enlarged it, I must have clicked it. I didn't mean to hit it on you. You're good. That's what I'm saying. That whole, like we watched it in the beginning where it was like, they talked about where they found his Jeep, because they didn't find his Jeep right away. Watch. I think this one talks about it. Watch.
Dawn in the desert, a clear and chilly November morning. We are near the city of Buckeye, Arizona, where a caravan of cars is arriving, carrying volunteers. For the next several hours, they will comb this unforgiving landscape, looking for a young man who's been missing since June of 2021. His name, Daniel Robinson. And leading the search, not law enforcement.
They didn't find his
but
Jeep for a
Daniel's
month.
father, David.
Huh?
Says they didn't find his Jeep for a month after he was missing.
Yeah. I thought it was sooner than a month, but damn, that's crazy.
Where is everybody located?
For 9 painful months, Robinson and his team of volunteers, people he now calls family,
This is my family.
have been desperately trying to find any trace of his son.
He's a very bright, intelligent geologist. Anything that Daniel want to do, he would do it. He's born without a right hand, but he find ways to master anything that he want to do. He's a geologist. Of course,
Man,
Arizona's
this is a
the idea
scary
of-
one.
Look at that, dude. He was at work. You know what I'm saying?
This is like a rest in peace. This is so scary. So they never found him at all?
No. They just found
Yeah.
his vehicle flipped
Okay.
over. All there.
Geology's no joke, bro.
Go.
Like when they're on the mountain cliff like that, that's no joke. That's no. I did geology for like a tight minute on the side of a mountain.
My
bro.
father-in-law's a geologist.
Yeah, it's not fun. The gems are beautiful, but yeah, you can get lost quickly like that.
Okay, there's a site, News Nation, that has the texts that
I wonder
Daniel
if they
had.
looked in that well, man. There was a well. He was at a well. There's these big old. I mean, I know you know.
Well, if he's testing the water, he may have fell in the well.
No, look. Keep watching. Watch it. Hold on. I know it's got to show it again. Watch.
Oh, the tiny holes.
It's a
In
well.
June 2021, Daniel had just begun a job doing field work at a desert well site. He'd always kept in close touch with his family back home in South Carolina. But around this time, Daniel suddenly stopped calling.
This dude drove from South Carolina to Arizona to do this well field work. So you have to remember that he came up onto a whole new group of people that he don't know. You know what I'm saying?
This website I found has his texts that he had sent or he had received the week prior to his going missing. And he apparently had met some girl and had showed up at her house unannounced and uninvited. And she told him that she wasn't going to be able to see him because he made her uncomfortable.
Arcadian French fry, yes. Dad sold everything and moved to Arizona. He was in South Carolina. Old open mind shaft. There ain't nothing. Look at that. So that's what you're working with. You know what I mean? Look at that terrain that you see. So, I mean, I guess you could hide stuff behind these bushes. Look at how small the cactuses are. Maybe not. You could
They took drones out there.
I don't know. I seen people asking. I think he had a helicopter. I think they flew a helicopter out there. I've seen different things in the chat. Dad was told later from law enforcement the SD card was missing in the phone. Imagine that.
I think we got a super chat.
Yeah, I think that was
This girl said to him, "This isn't normal nor acceptable. If someone has expressed that you've made them feel uncomfortable, then you need to back off." He says, "Do you hate me? I don't hate you, but please leave me alone."
Yeah.
I tried to call his phone constantly. He wasn't answering.
In fact, the whole family tried calling Daniel. Nothing. His sister in Arizona checked his apartment. No one there.
I was worried. I didn't want to panic because I didn't want my children to panic. So that's when I decided to call the Buckeye Police Department.
The Buckeye PD is a small one with barely more than 100 officers. Nevertheless, they began investigating by first checking the area where Daniel was reportedly working. Nothing turned up. 2 days later, David Robinson, desperate for answers, felt he had to take matters into his own hands.
I just grabbed everything I had, threw it in my vehicle, and just started driving. And I made it here. I came straight through, left South Carolina, came straight to Arizona.
Some 45 hours later, David arrived in this daunting desert, exhausted, but in a panic.
That's like a needle in a
His son
haystack.
was out here somewhere.
Yeah, you ain't lying, dog. That's legitimately a needle in a haystack.
All alone, facing 3-digit heat, rattlesnakes, and not a soul or building in sight. So on his own, David started searching and soon made his way.
I would never give up. I would have did the
there's
same
a hole
thing,
right
bro.
there.
I would have did the same thing. I would have sold everything. I would have been like, my son's missing. Oh, my kid's missing. I'm out there.
Yeah. The home. Somebody said that his house, his apartment was also tossed. Like after they found the discovery that his vehicle was there and they started to like check his home out, that his whole house was tossed. So I ain't got to that.
Right.
Like his house was ransacked. You know, people went through his stuff.
His house was tossed.
Yeah.
So what I want to know who the owner is then of this property, or what is tied to this property that he may have found out about.
I don't know.
Were they cooking meth or something? I mean, that's a big thing out in the desert.
I don't know, but that hole is weird to me. Let's see.
Where his son was last seen.
This is where it all began. This is where
A person could definitely fit down that hole.
the whole narrative
And I bet you that ain't the only hole.
started. My son drove off into the desert and vanished, maybe from here.
David then met with a witness, a co-worker of his son's, who said he saw Daniel at the well the day he disappeared.
He did tell me that my son seemed like he was looking out into space somewhere, looking out into the desert terrain, kind of staring off. And was acting really quiet. And then he told me my son just kind of waved off to him, got in this.
That's weird.
Something about PCP.
Son seemed like he was looking out into space somewhere, looking out into the desert terrain, kind of.
Co-worker of his son's, who said he saw Daniel at the well the day he disappeared.
He did tell me that my son seemed like he was looking out into space somewhere, looking out into the desert terrain, kind of staring off, and was acting really quiet. And then he told me my son just kind of waved off to him. Got in.
What's up?
Let's speculate suicide. Let's speculate the home wasn't ransacked and nothing else was strange.
Okay.
Say the kid wanted to commit suicide. Is there any type of animals out in that part of nature that would dispose of like a human?
Yeah, there is, but there was like 5 or 6 sets of human remains found out there. You would think that these animals would
like
follow the
unidentifiable
lead and everything else. No, they identified them. But then I thought, man, what if?
But they didn't identify him specifically. Him. No.
Yeah. Nothing's been found on him. Not bones. Not nothing. Not nothing. There's nothing.
But the fact that the home was, I didn't really read into this case, but if what you're saying that the home was ransacked, things like that.
Yeah.
There's other circumstances. I pulled up something like 6 things to know about. 6 things to know about what happened to Daniel Robinson, but it just says the same stuff. His Jeep was found abandoned in a ravine 3 miles away from his work in Arizona. I think he was going to travel to Phoenix. I mean, it's like a needle in a haystack, man.
I'm listening to the guy tell about the black box out of the Jeep.
Yeah. If I was dad, I want to give up. Dad can't give up.
Oh, the dad ain't giving up, obviously.
I'd rather find a dead body than not find nothing, bro.
Yo, this dad is so committed. He's got YouTube page, a whole page, like 10 months of content. Like some of his streams are 3-4 hours long, and it looks like it's pretty often.
Yeah. I feel his pain, bro. I really feel his pain.
I agree.
Sincerely.
Sure.
The investigator has the car. Why isn't law enforcement? I mean, they don't have a crime.
I don't even know about that. I don't even know if that's true. Yeah, I don't know. I got to get to that part though. My girl said, "What if?" Wifey said, "What if the man that I guess he was talking to some girl and she turned him down?" Right? I ain't got that far yet, but what about the dude? I agree. Haley, what's up?
Hey, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I remember this case from when it first broke because we're roughly about 45 minutes from Columbia in South Carolina. And I just remember when I saw interviews with the dad, it seemed like the coworker was kind of questionable.
Really?
Yeah, it's been quite a while since I saw coverage on this case, but I remember thinking the dad seemed to be leaning towards that without actually like leaning. just coming out and saying it. But I do remember something about the car being started like 40 times after the airbag had deployed.
Yeah, it was 46. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then I think it was actually able to be driven. So it was really weird because it took so long for them
Well,
to find the
it even
car.
said there was 11 miles put on the vehicle after the airbags deployed. And then after that, it said it was started 46 times after the airbags deployed. So that is weird. Who starts a car 46 times? You know what I mean? Or who tries even?
And then drives with the airbag deployed. But if you could find the interviews where the dad just kind of touches on the coworker.
Sorry for interrupting, but I wonder if they mean like 11 miles. So what if you started it, shut it off, drove a mile, shut it off, turn it back on, drove a quarter of a mile, you know what I mean? And just kept doing that until it equated to 11 miles. And then that would be 46 starts over 11 miles after the airbags were deployed. I don't think they mean 46 consecutive times. I would hope not.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Because you
For
got to
sure.
think that black box is probably going to register mileage after the airbags are deployed and vehicle starts. So it'll probably say 40 times, 46 times, and it was 11 miles since they were deployed. It probably don't break it down.
There's
Well, there was also some. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No.
Oh, sorry. There was also like some back and forth with the female friend. I know there were like texts that had been exchanged between them, but it seemed like her part was kind of cut out because it seemed like his text didn't really make sense, and maybe she wasn't giving her responses. I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I saw where this case broke.
Not that's good. I didn't even know. Like I seen people were talking about it, but it looked like it was more like the mainstream media that got a hold of it. It didn't seem like it was. YouTube didn't really grab it, from what I see.
Oh no, not at all. I just remember seeing his dad and just I'm from South Carolina, and his dad really registered with me as a parent, you know, just all the work he was putting in, and it was like it wasn't getting enough coverage.
That's what I'm saying. Like you would think that, like if this kid, let's just say he tried to do something and fake all this and act like nothing happened, and like kind of fake his death, you'd think he would see all this attention from his father and be like, yo, maybe I should let my pops know I'm all right.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah, but that's from where? The afterlife? Like how could he make
No, I'm saying if he didn't, you know what I mean? If he did something like tried to run off and start over a new life and didn't want nobody to believe he was alive, fake his death, whatever that dude, I
No, but
believe
what if he did what you said, but add the suicide to that? That makes sense.
Yeah, but where would he be? Why would you
You said
take
there was remains
why would you
found.
take most people that are gonna kill themselves, they think about what they're gonna look like. They're not gonna take all their clothes off. If they're already humiliated to the point where they're gonna take their own life, I don't see them getting
Maybe so
undressed.
people have to deal with that if that's what they thought was going to set them free. I mean, suicide's really a difficult thing.
Yeah.
But even then, who drove the car?
Yeah.
You know, because
It
if
sounds like there was
ultimately
another car there and they crashed the car and took a different vehicle, maybe.
that's a possibility. I don't know. It just seemed like this, and I know every parent is going to say, for the most part, like my kid was a good kid. You know, this wasn't like them. But I mean, it seemed like this was kind of what he was working towards, and I don't know. He seemed like he really. I mean, he had I'm guessing by how much the dad has done, he had a strong family unit. So you would think not even a note.
I don't. It's something you would think he would.
That's heartbreaking.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just weird to me. Like, usually, like you're saying, there's some sort of backstory. They usually
cold.
find
That's too
some
cold.
history.
Mm-hmm.
Most people.
Yeah, I think he and his father were really close.
But it's scary because
Yeah.
suicide's affected people that I've cared about, and people that usually talk about it aren't the ones that usually do it. It's the ones
Right.
that you least expect. But then again, like,
That
why would
is
you
true.
get naked? You know what I'm saying? Why would you
And
destroy
you'd
your
want
car and get
somebody to
naked?
know. If you were going to commit suicide, wouldn't you want somebody to know?
Well, they know.
So they live
No,
with
not
your
really.
guilt or for whatever you did it?
Maybe.
To at least be looking.
It depends
and
on the
find
person,
you.
man. Some people that want to kill themselves, obviously, they feel like they're alone in this world. So essentially, they don't want anybody to find them. That's why they're doing what they're doing. They're like deep, dark,
I don't believe
and then
that.
there's people that are attention seeking, and they do it based off of attention. And I feel like most of those people that do it are correct. They want to be found, but I
Yeah.
feel like there's other people that they just rather not be.
But that
anywhere.
attention's a little different when it hits home. When it's
And
like
hey, if
mom
you're
or
right,
dad or
look, if
something
you're
like
right
that.
though,
Mm-hmm.
this dude did exactly what I'm saying. Is he did not want to be found. He made and I said this in the beginning, but I didn't think suicide. I thought maybe you run away. If you create a crime scene, if you take your clothes off, that creates suspicion of a crime scene. If you wreck a vehicle, that creates suspicion of a wreck. So did he die in a wreck, or did he die in a abduction, or did he, you know what I mean? It creates
Right. But he didn't die in a
something.
wreck and not be found. But then remain
Maybe
found.
because the same thing could have still happened. It
Yeah.
could have he could have wrecked. People could have panicked, tried to revive him, took his clothes off, left him there because there was no evidence, and coyotes ate him. You know what I mean? It could
Obviously, the dad's not satisfied with any of that, though.
Yeah.
Right? I agree.
He's
I wouldn't
not
be either.
satisfied with that. Yeah, yeah.
I would want to know definitive answers, like how did this happen? How is that possible? But look at the terrain. You got bones in that terrain. It could be people could have walked past them. You know what I mean? You could have thought it was
Definitely.
a coyote bone. You know,
Yeah.
oh no, they could have discredited it based off of the amount of bone that was there. It could have been a sliver. They might have not. I mean,
Well,
dude,
in a
that's
year's
crazy.
time, if he succumbed to the desert in whatever capacity, whether it was dehydration and sun exposure or cold, or if he's in a ravine and it rained, that would fill up quickly and then disappear within a few hours.
I don't think he's fitting down the hole, bro.
But
Yeah, I think it's the clothes though that get me, because there's a level of humiliation to that, and I almost think as hard as Dad has pushed, if you were someone out there helping, eventually you would just come forward and be like, or at least tell somebody who would go to
Right.
law enforcement
I agree.
and say, we thought we could help him, we couldn't, we panicked, we freaked, and we left.
Right.
He didn't have
But
a
if you
phone.
had no hand in it, why not?
oh,
He
no
didn't
pun
have
intended.
no phone, no devices, nothing to track.
No, his
nothing to
phone.
think.
He had his phone. His phone was They found his phone. They found his car, and they found the clothes he had on. That's
He
what's
didn't
weird to
take
me.
the
His
water with him
underwear,
either.
his boots, his pants, his t-shirt, his vest, his phone, his car, his water. Like this dude just butt naked roaming through the woods. I mean, the freaking desert. No way.
No
And that
toxicology.
too.
Was he into drugs?
Yeah, I don't
There
think
was
so.
something said about PCP, but I didn't catch it all. Why they
That's
were
strange.
saying anything about it.
Hey, and you got to remember, he lived in South Carolina. He drove all the way to Arizona to work this job. So he's around a
Right.
whole crowd of people that he don't know. They know,
Hmm.
you know what I mean? They know a lot about where they're at, and he has no idea where he's at. He has no idea people and who they're connected to either. Nobody, no, all of his clothes, man. That's weird. I wonder if that is like something that is like, how criminals do certain things for certain reasons. I wonder if leaving everything like that is something. If that makes any sense.
See that too, though, being like a younger person. I mean, who really wants their family to have access to everything in their phone?
Right.
I kind of feel like he would have I don't know. Maybe
Locked
that's
it
just
away?
me.
There was
Yeah, or got rid of it.
What is this SD chip that was missing?
Oh, that's in the phone, but that don't mean anything. I mean, unless you
Yeah.
hide everything on an SD card, but even then, I don't think like my phone, you can't even put an SD card in it. Some phones ain't compatible with it.
I don't know if it was with his phone or did he have a. If he's out on the field, don't they usually have some equipment like laptop type thing?
Yeah.
You
I was
know.
confused when they said that because I would think doing that type of work, you would be driving like their vehicle. You know what I mean? I thought the same thing. You drive all the way out of state, but maybe not because he's not like a pipe or a lineman. He ain't putting the pipe in the ground. He's just going out there, I guess, and checking the water,
Sampling
checking
the
the lay
water.
of the land. I'm not.
I could be mistaken, but I'm wanting
It's
to
private.
think that in Dad's
It's
earlier
private.
Hold on,
interview.
somebody's got their YouTube
Oh,
running in the background.
sorry.
You're all right. You're good. I think they stopped it. Somebody had the YouTube playing so I could hear myself talking again while you were talking.
Okay. I think that Dad mentioned this was kind of like entry level position. So I don't think that he was like making a ton of money. He was maybe working his way up to get to where he wanted to be. So maybe that's why he was driving like his car instead of a company car. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
no, Bob's right. Bob's right. I was thinking that too. Per diem, they're paying him a set rate daily to drive his own vehicle. I'm sure he got travel, private sector. Yeah, that makes sense.
Well, I think Dad may have mentioned him having like something on the side as well. Like
He worked
I
for
don't think it was.
Instacart.
Yeah, Uber, but it wasn't
Instacart.
Uber.
It
Yeah.
was Instacart.
Rachel,
So
what's
that
up? Are you there,
there.
Rachel? Sorry, you're good. Rachel ain't there anyway. My fault. Let's see. I mean, I don't know.
Yes, I'm here.
Rachel ain't there anyway. Good.
Yes. Yes.
How are you?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know.
Yes.
You might have the streamer playing in the
Yes.
background.
Yes.
Yeah. That's good.
Yes. I mean, I don't know. Yes.
You might have the
Yes.
streamer playing in the
Yes.
background. Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Nope. Yes. I mean, I don't know. You might have the streamer playing in the background. Yes.
Yeah, it's you, Rachel. You got YouTube or something open where you were watching me still. You got to close that down. Kim's good. Everybody's good. I got you muted. Rachel, just close it down. Don't close StreamYard down. Just close your YouTube tab down. YouTube stream. Crash site with stage. Jimbo, I think that too, man. Here, let's keep watching. Rachel, reset up.
In this vehicle and drove off.
Where he went and what exactly happened next, no one seems to know. Soon after that meeting, David began recruiting volunteers to help
That was good, Rachel. Hold on.
him search the sprawling Sonoran Desert. Every Saturday for the next few weeks, they scoured this barren, treacherous landscape. They have not found Daniel. Then in July 2021, a break, a big one. A local rancher found Daniel's Jeep rolled over in a remote ravine.
When I first saw that crash site, I was really devastated. This place I had to go to and see for myself.
The airbags had deployed. The sunroof looked as if it had been kicked open, perhaps used as an escape route. And this was odd. Outside the Jeep were what appeared to be Daniel's clothes and work boots, his wallet still in his blue jeans. Inside the vehicle was his college ID, laptop.
Look at that box.
Keys, cell phone, and plenty of bottled water. To help make sense of this mystery, David hired private investigator Jeff McGrath, an expert at reconstructing accidents. He has a theory of what might have happened.
There was nothing along this route that the vehicle took into that bottom ravine that matched the damage. It's telling me the vehicle was probably crashed somewhere else. Either moved here or it was continued to be driven, and this was its final stop. And whether somebody stole it in joyriding, whether Daniel was in it, but it tells me something happened somewhere else.
The Jeep has since been moved to a secured location for further analysis. But plenty of evidence still remains of the crash.
I don't believe it was enough to kill, no. The airbags had enough force to do some damage. They strike you in the face, and they come out with a lot of force, and it could cause a concussion. But there wasn't enough violence here in this crash to cause a lethal.
That suggests Daniel survived and was perhaps disoriented and maybe wandered aimlessly into the desert. Could this be other than accidental? Could foul play be involved in Daniel's disappearance?
Yeah.
It's something McGrath and David have not ruled out. It's something police have examined too. To this point, there is no evidence of that. None at all. Whatever happened back in June of 2021 has David Robinson now bracing for the worst.
It's hard to say you're searching for your son, walking around the desert with no clothing, no shoes. So I had to mentally put it in my head that I'm doing a recovery. So I need to go find every spot I can out here to rescue my son.
That's what I'm
hurt,
saying.
injured, somewhere stuck, whatever. I need to find my son. Yeah, I found something up here interesting.
David is hoping to get more attention, help, and resources from the Buckeye PD, which says this is still an ongoing investigation, although so far not a criminal one.
Okay, so we're still working this side.
He's also tried to enlist federal help. In the fall of 2021, the Buckeye PD briefed the FBI and asked for their assistance. The Bureau recently told us they're still assessing the case. So far, they have not gotten involved.
It's weird.
So for now, David Robinson and his team of volunteers continue to search.
That's weird, man. Y'all think that's weird that they said, "Oh, we're still looking at it."
And did they ever mention if there was blood or anything like that in the vehicle when it was found?
I don't know, but Shannon Rickard in the chat said something smart. What if the crime scene was staged? Like, what if nobody was ever there? You know what I'm saying? It happened somewhere else, 11 miles away.
I want to know what's up at 11 miles.
I don't know.
That's kind of what I thought. If someone drove it after the fact.
Yeah. Shannon said that the rancher wasn't there. I mean, he was there 2 days ago and the car wasn't there. And now it was there. The guy that found it, that's kind of weird too. I guess that was a ranch then. Like, what is a rancher? Where they just ride around in the random ranches? It's weird. Do they own property there? Was it their? I don't understand that. This father is a complete opposite of Kylie's mom. Yeah, I agree.
Come on, man.
Oh, yeah.
Whoa. Oh, yelling. Rachel, what's up? You back? You good now? Let's see. Try to unmute you. Oh, I can't unmute you because you chose to mute yourself.
The father is a complete opposite.
There you go. Can't unmute you because nope, you're still got the StreamYard
No.
going.
It's just echoing.
There you go. Can't unmute you because no, you got the StreamYard going.
No.
Well, that's why it's echoing back the sound. That's why I can hear myself after I've already talked. You could try it again. I'll let the chat answer. Go ahead.
Right.
Rachel, you want to try it again? Rachel, you want to try it again?
Test.
There's no back feed.
Rachel, you want to try it again?
Test.
Oh, yeah, there is.
There's no back feed.
Rachel, you want to try it again?
Test.
All right, Alabama. Come on up, bud. I've seen you been back there a while. What's up, Alabama? I can't hear you, buddy.
Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So what's up? First off, I want to say congratulations for making it through the hurricane.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, I'm in Pasco County, so.
What's up, man?
And my son and my ex-old lady had an accident like this. They never found any of them.
Wow.
I don't know how. That's why my name says 2002, 2007. My son was born in 2002, and I'm guessing we don't know, but he disappeared in 2007.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
But that's why I did jump on with you on this case, because it reminded me of the case here in Florida.
Yeah.
And it was just like that. The vehicle down the hill, and they both vanished, but looked for them for like 2 weeks and stopped. They just gave up.
That's crazy, man.
But I thought a lawsuit, a big lawsuit, said they just stopped looking for no reason. So yeah,
Who came up missing?
so yeah.
I'm sorry. Did I
his
catch
ex-wife and son?
They came up missing?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just like the
Like,
After the wreck.
Do you still,
After an accident.
do you still actively search for them?
Yeah, me, my everything.
It's crazy, man.
Damn, dude. I'm
You
sorry.
still live in the same.
but
You
like I
still
said-
live in the same area, like where they did. Were they missing in the same area where you live?
An hour away. I don't know if you're familiar with Florida.
Well, yeah, I got family in Florida.
Oh, they was in Orlando.
Yeah.
Where in Florida?
And
I've been to Orlando. Yep.
yeah, and I'm an hour away in Pasco County.
Whew. I've lived in near Pasco County. So
Yeah, that's why I live.
they just went missing in a similar situation to this, and you still try to find them.
I mean, I know they didn't go missing. I know. I mean, they just didn't crash the car and just walk.
So they found the car crashed. No people.
Yeah,
People missing.
nobody. Yep.
Wow.
And what did the police say? Because I have a thing with the police out there that I don't like. Like, what did they were no help? They closed the case. It was like
They closed the case.
They looked for 2 weeks and then closed the case.
Yeah.
Yep.
It sounds like Florida.
So I sued Orlando and I sued the state.
And since there's no body, they can't do any type of
No.
medical examiner report because there's no body. So there's no
Nope.
Do you know what's the statute of limitations on paper for that? Because that was my biggest problem with Florida. Because when they found my dad, they told me it was Port St. Lucie, and it turned out to be Stuart, Florida. And he was in a hotel, and he was in a closet, and he had a belt wrapped around his neck, and he was just hanging there dead.
Wow.
And the closet door was open in the hotel room. And why would a cop just come to a hotel room because the door was open? So this was in Florida. Now, there's a statute of limitations on things like suicide, homicide, murder, things like that, right? And that's where I'm leading into with this is I was told that it was like 9 years or something. But on a homicide, it's like 85, or sometimes there's no statute of limitation, meaning any kind of information on the case, they would have to keep. They retain that. So, for instance, without having a body in your case, a missing person case still would have a statute of limitation, Kurt, I think.
Yeah,
you would think. Yeah, so it should be open as a missing person case.
Like I said, it was just 2007. So I mean, it ain't been long. I mean, it's been a long time, but not that long.
Yeah, cold cases should never be closed. I mean, unless they find a body or somebody that comes forward, something like that. I'll be talking about my case at some point in time. I'm just waiting to hit somebody up, and I'm gonna dive into some motorcycle gang stuff because I know a lot of
Right.
people will turn up about it, and some people might know him. Before you know it, you might find out what happened. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate.
you
My
never
dad
know.
was my dad was a narcotic snitch, so he was in
Right.
undercover informant. So it's different. They find him dead, but when they say it's suicide, it's really different. And then
Yeah.
yeah. So when you can't find them, I mean, it's hard for me to sleep as it is, and I love true crime, but like to not be able to find this was your wife, your ex-wife,
It was my fiance.
your fiance. Like, I'm sorry, bud. I pray for you.
But yeah, and nobody. Oh, if you're looking this way, I'm using my phone as a camera, but I'm looking at the computer.
Yeah.
But but no, they. I don't understand the city because Orlando is fucking huge. I don't understand how a town that nobody seen nothing, nothing.
Well, you got good
I don't
and bad
understand.
people in Orlando. That's the problem. So I was
Oh
broke in
yeah.
Orlando. Okay. I had like 3 kids with me. I had like $3 on me. It was hot as shit out there. And somebody
Oh
said,
yeah.
do you have a dollar? Do you have a dollar you can spare? I was like, really? I need a dollar. I don't have a dollar. At that point, I didn't have a dollar even. He was like, really? Why? What's up? I'm like, man, I traveled the long way. And we came out there and things didn't work out where we were at in Pinellas or Hillsborough or some county out there. So
Right.
he was like, don't worry about it. We got you. So they were renovating some condominium apartments over there. We're like, we'll put you up for a night, whatever. And the next day I made it back up north. It was fine. But the moral of the story is like, these people didn't know me from anything and were asking me for a dollar. And at the end of the day, they were able to open up a home that was like brand new, all the paint
Yeah.
in it, the carpet,
Yeah.
everything, and even
That's
had
that's
pizza.
that's what they do down there. They beg for
Well, on
money,
the
but
other
they're
end of
living
things,
good.
when I was in Sanford, I was like Sanford, somewhere right there. This kid wanted to borrow $5, so I was like, "Here's $5." And then he came back later that night, and he was like, "Yo, I got your $5. Have your uncle come out. I got his $5." I'm like,
Oh, that's good.
what's this guy want? So I go out there. He's like, yo, you want your $5? You gotta fight me for it.
What?
Dude,
And I'm
what?
like, I don't want the $5. I'm like, yo, keep it. I got my kids in
Yeah,
there and
that's
everything. And he's got
yeah.
all his boys with him. And I'm like, it's not that kind of show. You know what I mean? So I'm
Yeah,
usually
So they
good at,
found his car right around this area. From what this map,
Okay.
somebody found. My bad for interrupting you, but somebody sent me
no,
this
it's your show.
map. Arcus. I don't remember the website. ArcGIS web application. I don't know where they found it. ERESRI, I think it is.
I also found Daily Mail. They reported that his seatbelt was buckled, but there was no blood in the vehicle.
Why was he so far out here?
What was
Based
that
on this
impact
map,
mark
it
on the
shows
windshield? That wasn't his
there's
head. It was like no
I
blood, no. It looked like a big impact mark. And I know one time in my truck when I had this Jeep Comanche, my girl, she hit the windshield and it made that same impact. This one almost looks like it's in reverse, but it could be just the way the video was.
like right in
You would
here.
think there'd
yeah.
be blood, hair, some
There's just nothing
forensic.
out there.
At least a drop, something.
That's crazy.
I
Well, he's gonna
know.
take off walking from there. Besides being naked, I mean, no water. He's not gonna last long.
There is a road.
But really, being a geologist, he would have known that. I feel like
Well, if he was disoriented from the wreck,
that's true. Yeah. I kind of feel like he wasn't in that vehicle. Um,
I
I'm
agree.
thinking it got dumped there, and like they said, the investigator said he didn't think that the wreck happened there.
I
Now,
agree.
I was in the bathroom at the time. Didn't they say something about was able to fly drones or
They will find what?
the drones? Was they able?
Oh,
You're breaking up real bad. Yeah, you're cutting out. This is the map. I don't know if y'all probably can't see this, but there's like a map that shows the search. You might be able to see it now. So there's the car is there. Here, hold on. Let's see if I can get this.
See, that's a lot of land right there. Okay.
Car is there.
Gotcha.
And then the blue is like, I guess, searched area. The orange is all been searched. I think the orange has all been searched, and the blue is like extensively searched. That's a map. So there's Interstate 10 down
Look
here.
how far out it was from the town. Damn.
That's what I'm saying. Why
Yeah.
was he so far out there? Look at this. Hold on.
I mean, testing the water is what they said in the well.
I
Yeah,
guess.
but how much water is out there?
I'm saying not much. I promise you, unless it's raining, there's not much water.
Okay, so
And then it flash floods during the rain, but then it goes away within a few hours.
based off of this, the line comes straight up from this town right here,
Right.
all the way up, and you're at the car
Well, you
about
have
right.
pressure. No. Damn.
Somewhere in there.
Also, though, I wonder.
But there is a town right here. Look, cookie cutter house. This is freaking weeds. This is some weeds shit right here. There's weeds. Tiny cookie cutter houses, I'm sure. All the same.
Wow.
Look at those
Yeah, but
yards.
Look at them.
With
Look at
his
all the wells.
job not coming out and giving a statement like his company, if they didn't come out at all, I wonder what kind of effect a bad report in something like he's doing would have on like a water company or something like
Yeah,
that.
you're right. I didn't think about that. I never even thought about that.
That's something to think about.
Who owns the land? Who was paying for this survey to be done?
Right.
Testing of the water. And what were they looking for in the water? I mean, it could be some Aaron Brockovich kind of stuff going on.
Exactly. As much as I hate it, like generally my mind goes to kind of following the money.
Exactly. Always.
Yeah. So if someone could have lost some money if he gave
a bad report,
I guess a bad report on this area, maybe they didn't want him out there doing a report.
She's gonna make him get
I always
naked.
wonder why there's never any traffic in these towns where all these. Why is there no cars?
Well, probably because they're in the middle of nowhere.
Oh yeah, I guess. Let's
Well,
go
there's
over
some civilization there, I guess.
Yeah.
Google Maps or whatever. They go. I don't know about y'all's neighborhood.
There's
but when they
swimming
go
pools. Hold on. We
everywhere.
better see people up in this mud.
Alabama, we can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Hold
No, I
on.
can. You got a delay on your mic, I think.
All right.
Yeah, I can't lie, Alabama. I kind of gave up, dog, because it was hard to hear you. But I was hoping it would work itself out with it. I thought it was your internet.
Wow, this is so undeveloped too.
No, it's undeveloped, but there's definitely.
That's a nice house.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, really
Big
nice.
houses.
That's what I'm saying. This is the Weeds company.
Hear me now?
You ever seen the show Weeds?
I
You
have.
didn't
haven't watched
see
TV in
Weeds, you
5
never
years.
understand. This is Weeds, right? Go on Netflix. Shout out to Weeds. Go watch Weeds.
Are those solar roof tiles like
You'll
Tesla
never stop.
tiles?
Oh, I'm sure if there ain't solar roof tiles are idiots. This guy's stupid. This one, all these people with these solar panels got brains.
Oh yeah, they're making money.
Testing your speakers on StreamYard. Sounds like they're working.
Oh,
That's
Ready
Captain
for
hey,
it.
get it,
Captain
get
Chris
it.
Sounds
Who's
like
that?
they're working.
Who's doing that?
You making beats
was-
back there? You chopping it up?
I don't know.
Shots fired.
Hopefully nothing pops up on your screen again.
Oh, you. Don't be talking about that. Don't speak it into existence. We ain't letting that happen. I got some people backstage still. We got Dan. We got Rachel. Rachel's back. Rachel, let's see it. Come on, girl. You got it? Rachel, let's hear the sound. Give it a run.
Hello, test.
All right.
Yeah, that's what's up.
Woohoo.
Hello, test.
Oh,
It's an echo.
all right. Let it run. If you go to your look, if whatever you're watching me on, if you just pause the video that you're watching me on, it won't. You should have better success.
If you go to look, whatever you're watching me on, if you just pause
I have to exile from YouTube altogether.
Yeah, I know. I know you got your hand off it, but it's so you have the YouTube tabs up on the top, and there's a bunch of different tabs. If you click on your YouTube video and you pause that, you might be all right. Try that out. Man, I'm working through it with you. I had some technical difficulties earlier, and I got blessed with some help. That's why I got this great old soundboard to get through this. Like a kid in a candy store, man. Oh, brother. Yeah, I don't know, man. That's
far
a weird.
out. I just can't believe how far out that is. Golly.
Can you hear me?
I mean, oh yeah, I can hear you
Did
now.
that say it was
Did you
50 miles
play
from
the beats?
Phoenix?
Were you making beats over there, dog, doing StreamYard testing? My dog's got the headset on. Took the cowboy hat off. He said, "Nah, it's not
Sorry about that.
game."
No,
You're good, man.
I'm new to this thing, dude. That's why when you said put on your camera, I'm like, what the hell? I didn't know the app on your phone and all that.
I couldn't see your face when I was talking to you. You're the guy who had lost his
Can you see
fiance.
me now?
Yeah, we can see you.
Yeah, I can see you now. Sorry about that, Kurt. It was the way it was. I couldn't see.
Rachel,
Wait,
people in the chat are telling me to tell you to mute your YouTube tab. Don't even pause it. Mute it. You can let it run. What's up?
Just asking, am I allowed to drink when you're live or not?
Oh, I don't care what you do, bro. That's your beer.
Yeah,
Well,
I was
I mean,
smoking a joint.
I mean, it's your live. I was just making sure of it.
Yeah, I took my cam off.
Oh, I don't care, man.
So
Y'all
that-
do what you got to do. I ain't worried.
Okay.
I ain't worried
But
about it.
I know
As long as you're not underage drinking. I don't- Hey, Rachel, you sound like you're in there. Do it again. Hit the test. Yeah, Rachel, you're in. No, why are you putting your hand out? I didn't hear no echo. I think you got it now. Oh, you got it muted.
No.
Oh, do again.
I had to close out of my YouTube
No.
altogether.
Okay.
You do.
Yeah.
You do.
Yeah, that's what I had to do.
No. You do.
You keep all together too.
You do.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know, Rachel, but I don't think you're understanding what's going on. Watch, I can duplicate it. Let me just show you real quick. Watch this. As I talk. Oh, I know, Rachel, but I don't think you're understanding what's going on. Watch, I can duplicate it. See? Let me just show you. But if I pause it and it stops, it goes away. I know it. I get it. I know.
If I had my phone open. If I had the phone open.
I don't think she.
If I had my phone open. If I had the phone
If you're on StreamYard, then shut all the rest of it off.
Yeah, it might be that. If you're on
You gotta
StreamYard, you
mute
got to
your
close the
YouTube.
other apps.
Yeah, I put on StreamYard. I just turned off my YouTube.
Yeah.
Watch, you close it all out. I'm sorry, I don't know, but I would have just closed the YouTube app and then
Yeah.
it would have kept your StreamYard going. Can you show her on screen? Yeah, I should have. I didn't even think about that actually. My bad. My fault. I forgot I could just show you right here. I could have done that.
My case in 2007, I got permission from the Orlando to fly my drone around. And when I got out there, the police told me no. They told me I cannot fly my drone out there to look for my kid.
Oh yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
That's fine.
Yeah.
I didn't-
So they would have
Dude, I-
arrested you. They would have arrested you.
Yeah. They told me if I would have stayed on the property, if I would have flew that drone up, they would have arrested me.
Depends on what kind of property you were on.
States. It was on the side of the road.
So what was the search consist of? Like a foot search?
Yes.
You did a foot search?
Yeah.
Door to door?
And I was just going to try to help them out.
Were you a suspect at all? Were you ever a suspect?
No.
Was anybody a suspect? They were just like, all right, two people.
They didn't.
I mean,
They
gone.
didn't. Like I said, it lasted 2 weeks, and it's like
I hate it, man, because that's the type of shit that makes me want to get a tent and just park outside Orlando PD. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't know.
I agree.
I don't care when it happened. It's,
But yeah,
yeah.
they for 2 weeks, exactly 2 weeks, and that was it.
This is where these people go out to I guess the scene. Looks like they just drive to the scene. Thing. I know. A month after his disappearance. Not the slut. That's weird. Yo, I'm turning the sound off.
They found the car after how long, Kurt?
A month.
A month.
That's what it said,
Yeah,
but other
that's what
people said it
gets
wasn't a
me.
month.
I thought someone said 9 months.
A month after his disappearance,
No.
his Jeep was discovered.
My thing, what it
2 miles from where he was.
I would say, my opinion, it looks like being chased by somebody. He was running from somebody.
Dude, that's
But
like 11,000.
But that don't explain why he'd get butt naked. And you know, I know it ain't funny, but I don't know why.
No, I agree, dude. It is funny. It's funny because why? It's funny to me in the sense of what was the relevance of that. Like, it's gotta be. There's gotta be a reason for that. Like when it comes out, it'll be like, oh, that makes sense why his clothes were off. You know what I mean? If it ever comes out.
And unless he was trying to fake his death or something.
I don't know, man.
I don't know. Because I know in Florida, dude, people
Wait a
fake their
minute,
death
but
a lot.
they said clothes off, but they didn't say he was like recently wearing them, or did it look like he had like stripped them off? Or
Those
was
were
it
his
like-
work clothes. So that's
I
what
know,
I'm
but
saying.
were they like you have extra garments? You're wearing
Yeah,
garments
you-
right now. You can either take those garments off, or the garments you got over there, and you know what I mean. You toss some garments out your bag.
Right.
Yeah.
What kind of garments are they? You know.
From what
almost looked
I
like they had taken
gathered,
them off.
he was not clothed, or they believed he wasn't clothed.
Yeah,
Which
right,
it
right.
did
Yeah,
say
that's
there were some shoes and socks in the car. So maybe he had extra clothes. You never know, because he hasn't been found.
Let's see. It might talk about it in here because I think it was.
I think this is like a perception thing, right? They want like people
Yeah.
to think of like how he was would be found is how you always think of Daniel Robinson.
Yeah.
Which is sweet in and of itself. And I hope he's doing amazing wherever he's found. You know what I mean? Wherever he may be. Whether it's heaven, whether it's, deception,
And-
wherever he may be.
I know it's the desert, but they had to have been somebody else out there with him. I mean,
Oh.
around him or something.
Well, I think that's where the dad kind of brings in the coworker. Like I said, it's been a really long time since I watched that interview, but I just felt like the dad was kind of trying to say he had suspicions without saying publicly that he suspected.
So this was the
that.
last spot they seen him at, which is this well, right? So I want to find that these workers were here. This is what I'm confused about because they say he was at work. Well, didn't he do this type of work? So
Yeah.
he was with a bunch of workers right here. How far from here is where he was found? His car was found. So this is where he was.
Yeah.
And then you mean to tell me he's in his work clothes? That's what they said. Working in his clothes. He leaves this site and then wrecks his car down the road. And
Okay.
dies?
Well,
It's 2 miles away. Why didn't he walk back to this?
There was a storm going on apparently.
Did they put a camera down that thing?
I don't know. That's
I don't know if
the
they
first
did or
thing I
not.
would have done.
It says that Elliot was his coworker. Said that he met Daniel at the desert site that day to check a well, but the duo were waiting for the storm to pass. While gazing out into the desert, Daniel had suggested that they leave work and go relax in Phoenix, but Elliot passed on that. Daniel went ahead alone, and that was the last time anyone saw him.
So he was leaving to go to Phoenix, but they found his car there.
Right. Well, they didn't.
That
this wasn't necessarily the work site, was it?
I don't know. Let's see. This guy was
Yeah,
talking.
that's-
My bad. I didn't know he was talking.
Yeah, that's the work site right there.
What website?
I mean, that's the work site.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah. Hold on.
But
Let's
that's
do it.
not the same place they found his Jeep.
Hold on. Let's see.
No.
Between the time now and when he, the tank, and by his account, this well was the last place that Daniel Robinson was seen alive. He met a coworker here, and by
he was
his
found 3
account, he
miles
was
away.
acting rather strangely, and then he left, rather abruptly. The tank wasn't here when he was here.
The Jeep
This
was
has been
3
brought
miles
in, and some of this has been leveled off.
uh,
And he took off.
Amy.
His
and then we don't
apartment
know what
keys were
happened.
also in the Jeep.
What?
He left his orange construction vest, his boots, pair of blue jeans, backpack, laptop, cell phone, and apartment keys all in the Jeep. He may have just bailed.
And Amy in the chat said that the coworker was actually from a different company that they had just met for the first
Kenneth?
time that day.
That Kenneth?
Really?
Kenny?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Huh. Yeah, Mystic. I had seen it.
You know, he was in his 20s, right? In 97, yeah. That would be
Yeah.
20.
He's younger than me.
Schizophrenia typically sets in with males in their 20s. If he had a psychotic break from having been rejected by this girl, he could have just blitzed out and walking around like a homeless person now.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah,
even
hydration
know that
sets
anybody's
in
looking
fast.
for him.
Hydration sets in fast.
Possibly, but I still think the impact looked heavy for not a drop of blood.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, can't for being in the desert for so long, can't the sun make you like delusional and shit?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
look, check this out. He left this spot right here and
No,
wound
but
up
what I'm
2
saying is
miles away.
they said they said he left that spot. What if he didn't leave that spot? What if
Yeah,
somebody-
I know, I get you.
What
but
if- what if
based
somebody
off of
put him
what we
down that
know-
well?
Based off of what we know, he
The
left
fact
that
they
spot
can't
where his car
identify the
was.
vehicle, the
There was a
injuries to the vehicle.
There was a
Oh,
case
okay.
of water in it.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? There was a case of water in his vehicle that was left there. His phone was left there, case of water,
His
his
apartment
underwear,
keys.
his boots, his socks, his shirt, his
But
pants.
where did the vehicle get smashed?
That's what we're getting to.
The vehicle got
Into him
smashed.
for the time
You got the glass on the ground. Watch.
between the time now
This
and
guy
when
ain't
he
gonna show you the
crashed.
glass on the ground. I don't think. Hold on. He ain't gonna show you the glass on the ground. But the other video, the glass was still there like weeks later. They never even cleaned the glass up. They just took
They're
the car
3
out.
miles away at the Jeep site.
Yeah. Hold on.
You always wonder if somebody's got video of them smashing a vehicle and
Oh yeah.
getting
Yeah.
naked without the clothes.
Daniel was working for a company that was researching water which I presume was the same company that has done this work or researching for this company. That was on June, I believe it was the 23rd of June. He disappeared. Nobody saw him since.
He put his own vehicle there. I bet you.
Maybe there ain't no sound needed for this part of it. Let's turn it off. But no, I don't know. It's weird. I wish this dude would fire right up. I guess that's where they go from here to the crash or to the. There's a gate. Hold on. This is a gate about 3.5 miles west of Sun Valley Parkway, the nearest paved road. So you can't even get in there. What?
I don't know why I can't get in. It's not even fenced off.
Well, that's an electric substation, so there's probably. Oh, maybe he's gonna open a gate.
Yo, Captain Kurt, you think he was abducted? You think they've been following him for a while?
I don't know.
That's what I was thinking. Maybe somebody was chasing him.
The government.
Yeah, it's. I saw someone in the chat said that it's government-owned land.
I believe that.
Oh, for sure.
Must have had something on
Does
here.
that give you chills? That's kind of freaky.
Said Aaron Brockovich sort of thing.
You did. You called it. And we know what kind of lawsuits come out of, dirty water.
Flint, Michigan. There.
Yeah, that's true. Underground bunkers too.
For sure.
When I lived in Arizona at one point, I lived in a bomb shelter, believe it or not, in Arizona, which they don't even like digging 3 feet down, let alone.
Look at what he's driving through. Look at it. Where's this guy talking? No, still just driving. That's a good little hike to go.
I feel like we're about to find a reservoir.
Yeah.
I don't think you're finding any water out there.
No.
No.
Close though. That's probably the same. This terrain's probably nicer. I don't know. That's pretty steep. This is probably nicer.
The only time you find water in the desert when it's a flash flood.
Oh, I know.
That's about the only
Y'all
time.
missed the joke.
No, I get it.
Sarcasm.
I got you. I got the joke. I was just saying.
This guy got out, put his camera out, and said, "I'm getting a different angle." I guess he wants to show the terrain. Oh yeah, there you go.
See that little ravine right there would have, in the rain, that would be flooded instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that water can sweep you away real quick.
Oh yeah.
So there's no telling.
About to catch it.
Yo, if you're going fast right there, you can definitely flip and crash.
Yeah, I agree. But still, then you did okay.
You would see there would be debris.
That theory.
Was there any debris?
He's hauling. No, there wasn't much debris. He's flying. There was his clothes out there, so he's flying. Wow, here I come. Boom! I flip my car over. I blow out my airbag. I kick my sunroof out to get out of it. Then I take off all my clothes. I leave my cell phone and all my water behind, and I'm out of there. You don't get sun disoriented. I don't care how hard you hit your head. If you hit your head so hard that you're taking your clothes off and leaving all your belongings behind, you're gonna fall over like 5 yards from where your clothes come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's weird to me that if the clothes, like, if it was foul play, the person that let the clothes stay behind is either a genius or an idiot.
See, foul play. If it was some sort of murder or robbery, you think that the person who perpetrated it would get rid of the clothes and stuff.
As crazy as it sounds, man, I don't know.
I think you were honest. He may have just walked away.
No, naked? Where's he going naked?
I don't think it was a robbery.
Why would
You
you
could have
leave
another
those?
set of clothes. Just said fuck off.
Yeah, maybe.
Well,
Maybe he had
yeah,
something
but
underneath it.
Yeah, but think about it. He took off his shoes and socks. You know how hot that
He would
sand is?
have another set.
And how bad it would burn your feet.
In
That's what
Arizona,
I
in the middle of June, you're going to go shade to shade. You're not walking out on any surface. You go shade to shade.
Yeah, but ain't no shade out there.
So this dude drove this
Okay.
far and left the road right here. Watch. Right there. I'm turning around to match Daniel's direction. So he came from the other direction.
Uh-huh.
So this dude drove through all that and wrecked right there.
Yeah, like
guess
made
that-
it. Yeah.
I guess you. That's a pretty
Either
decent drop.
coyote food or he's walking the streets pushing a shopping cart somewhere.
Or
I think they got rid of him. I think maybe.
Like
I
an
don't
alpha
know.
dog.
I think he was being chased by somebody.
I think it
Was
had
there
to do with
insurance?
his
That's a
employer.
good.
Did he have a
That's a good
did he-
theory, bro.
Did he have a policy? Did he have a life insurance policy?
I don't know. Probably not.
I don't know, but I think it would go to probably like his
Googled
dad or.
conspiracy,
I don't
but
think you
didn't
can
find
do it. I don't think a life insurance policy works unless you find a person.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
That's
true.
where your 9
It
years
takes
comes in.
a while for them to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you'd want him to be found. You're like, yeah, he was dead. Like, I
Yeah.
don't know.
So his body would probably
You have to
pop
go
up.
so many years before they can determine
Mhm.
it.
That
Decide
government land, has anybody
Declare.
entered that government land? The government
Repeat
land there that was blocked off, has that been accessed in search of the kid, the 24?
Hey, I know this is off topic a little bit, but you see this video of this guy that drove out to the crime scene and recorded the entire rough, nasty road all the way to the crime scene.
Yeah.
Then he went past the crime scene, possibly turned around. He recorded all that, went past the crime scene again, and then he's going to show us drive out. Zenime, take some lessons, girl. Take some lessons.
No shit.
Yeah,
Come
for
on,
sure.
look at this. This dude, he got out of the vehicle and said, look, here's the tire tracks, possibly. Hold on, let's let him talk.
You can see where it's either his tracks or the people that pulled the Jeep out of here. Pulled his Jeep out. And we know this is the spot because the glass down here from his broken side window or windshield.
Maybe they recruited him, made him into a superhuman or something.
Or both.
Maybe an abduction.
Is that an airplane or is that the wind from the tunnel he walked down into? Hear that?
Sounds like a plane.
Sounds like an airplane.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Underground atmosphere.
Okay, here
And
we
this
go.
dude even left the plane sounds in there saying to get better at what you're doing. He didn't edit nothing out. No edits. Hashtag no edits.
Oh, there she is. No.
I'd have started over, man. That plane would have pissed me off. I'd have been cussing that plane out in this desert.
Once it was here, on its side, there was no hope of getting out. One of the mysteries is the black box in the Jeep shows it was been started 41 times, or it was started 41 times. We don't know. Once the airbags were deployed, it was started or tried to have been started 41 times or 47 times, something like that. And which there's some logic problems with that. We don't know what the story is on that. How badly he was injured, we don't know. What kind of...
Yo, that terrain to do that much damage, homeboy had to have been flipping all over the place. Hold on. I'm going to turn the sound off. But I got to go back up here because it showed the tire tracks going straight into it.
Yeah, that back tire.
Huh?
That back tire looked like it hit a rock or something.
Yeah, but there ain't much to hit. Like that terrain, those are soft like stone, man. Those ain't like boulders. You had the freaking right.
Even if he was disoriented, though, with the seatbelt being buckled, you know,
You
it
could
would have
have had
been
the
hard
seatbelt buckled
to.
and sat on top of it. People
Oh,
do that.
yeah.
Often. And he probably, being from South Carolina, it's one of the southern states.
Easy.
Seatbelt.
Easy now.
Well, I live in the southern state. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
that
You live in Florida.
yeah,
Okay.
I'm way south as you could be in the United States, I guess, unless you go to yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah, I'm trying to
Yeah.
see where the line was coming in here, but I guess he didn't really show it that much. But what my point is look at what he walks down. You mean to tell me this dude rolled his car over? Look, that's it. There's a couple little tire tracks right there. I mean, yeah, you hit that, but one of them looked
A
like
building? What is
no, I don't know. I think it was
It's just a berm. Never mind.
Are they
But-
saying it's 2 miles from there?
But
Or that's
see,
where the
yeah,
site is?
No,
2
that's it.
miles from the whale.
Yeah,
So
that's-
what's the 11 miles?
it said his car was drove 11 miles after it was there.
Right. That's what the black box info showed.
So it's really 9 miles because you got to drive 2 miles to get back to the well. So there's where he crashed. There's where all his broken glass is. So you mean to tell me from right here
And all
to
that
right
glass.
there, you broke all that stuff. You still got the tire tracks in the ground, but look how undisturbed the ground is. Like the plants are all still plants. Like there's
It's a year later.
no way.
Well,
A
even
year?
the glass, though.
January
you-
9th, 2022. When did he go missing?
That would have been about 6-7 months later. Then.
But the tire tracks, he said, oh, look, the tire tracks. Maybe not, maybe they are, but here's the
He said
glass.
it could be from the
being pulled out. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. But still, even then, you would think something would be like there ain't much boulders to break the window. That window had a huge boulder in it. Maybe this one right here. Still,
Yeah,
I
but
just
even
don't
all
think
that
that's a-
glass, he didn't get cut once.
No, I don't think so.
It's crazy.
Well,
It's not really
tempered
glass.
glass doesn't really.
Yeah. It's more like little tiny pebbles of glass. Like you could get cut on it, but you'd have to like
Roll
get
it.
road rash and that. It'd have to be like on the ground when you slid on the pavement. And then it'll just get all
Yeah, because tempered glass doesn't do the same as.
yeah, I guess that's
Exactly,
pretty far
shatter.
age too. Yeah, see how it's like breaking in, breaking. It's not really. It's designed not to go into you. So if you do,
Yeah.
you know what I mean. You
Yeah.
do go through your windshield. At least it ain't just shredding you up. Probably do more damage breaking through it than you will getting hit by it.
That's true.
That is true.
But I mean, you got to think that's what did all the damage. That little gully. I mean, I guess a good solid drop
Yeah,
off of this
yeah,
cliff
good.
into the fender, and then leans it forward, hits the windshield, and
I
then
don't-
pivots back. Yeah,
I just don't see that happening. Not on that little
I
cliff.
don't either.
I mean, look at
I
yeah.
feel
You
like
would
it's
think,
a stretch.
yeah, I agree.
And
I
especially
could flip
since
a vehicle right there.
I mean, especially since none of that grass looks like it's been touched, like
Yeah,
dug up.
I feel like it was exactly what you just said. Launch the vehicle, send the vehicle from right there, drop the work clothes. Like he was at work, heat exhaustion from being at work, lost his abilities, jumped out of the car,
Yeah.
something ate him, and left his clothes behind.
But too, he's only 2 miles from where he was with the coworker. So if it was heat exhaustion, would it have not? I guess I know the coworker said he was kind of like staring off, but
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
he
he
had
was
water. He had
talking
all that
about where he's going. He had tons of water.
He had air
I don't
conditioning
know.
in his car, I'm sure.
Bro, you know how you solve
Right.
cases like this? You go move in next to the guy and you be his friend for like a couple
Yeah.
of weeks or something and do the best you could from there. Like this dude, Alabama. Like, start a fun. Like, if I had the dough, I'd go move next to him for like 2 weeks, a week and a half. Give him my time. Be like, we're going to find these people. This Daniel Robinson. Go move next to his dad.
Right.
I would literally look for this dude for like as much as I could. You know what I mean? And then bid him my due.
Mhm.
There's only so much you can do, but it's sad how people just.
But
This
I've
guy
been
wasn't even found. There was like
Well-
no trace.
like I said, dude, I've been looking since me and my friends and family have been looking since 2007.
Yeah. Oh,
I mean,
and I bet
I
your
don't think-
sleep. You don't sleep the same. The
No, I
only
sleep
thing I
about-
could think, the only thing I could think, which would be totally wrong on her part, is if say, and I hate to say this, but at least it doesn't make you look suspect or anything
Well,
silly
no,
like that. No,
she was-
no. Let me say this.
she
Let me
was a
say
bit-
this. What if she
You
wanted
go to
to? What if she
battered
wanted to
women's shelter?
separate? What if she wanted to separate? But it would still be wrong to keep you from your child. That was your child, right?
She was talking about that like a month before.
Was she? It was your child as well, right?
Yes.
From what you said. So,
He was 5.
if she wanted to separate, it's still not right to keep you from your child.
Right.
That's the only difference with that. You know what I mean? What up? 8 squared, 808. Got that bass. Give me a tiger roar, Kurt. Roar for the 808. He lost his mixing board. We'll be right there with the roar.
I ain't got no
Alabama,
tiger
I
roars,
can't see you right now. I like to talk to you when I can see you, but that is a tough thing. Like if my girl left me, she can't keep me from the kid. There's like court stuff with that.
Yeah.
It has like DCF, CS, YS, whatever.
Know about it?
They
No.
try to locate the kid. The kid was under a certain age, I assume.
Yeah, he was
They
5.
haven't tried to locate the missing child like that.
Nope.
And I don't mean you don't got to tell me anything. It's your business, really. I'm open with my stuff.
No, bro, that's
Yeah,
fine.
like-
Hey, I ain't got nothing to lie about.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Cut out,
But no, nobody checked out anything.
And then it changes hands so much that it's new workers at their
Kim,
administration.
you got to go?
Yeah, doll.
Yeah.
I'll either get back on in a
And
little while, see if
now-
y'all are on, or I'll catch you
And
tomorrow.
now
All right, you have a good night.
the police that was doing it in
Good night.
2007,
Good night. Y'all have a good one.
most of them's retired, so now it's all new people coming in. So
What did somebody say? DCF. Daniel has been living in Arizona a year before.
I think that's the worst though, when it's constantly changing hands, because you're lucky if you get someone who's knowledgeable on the case and they get devoted to it, and then they change it up.
right.
Yeah, you need multiple agencies working on them sort of things.
I agree.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
would
said,
never give up. I definitely
No,
wouldn't
no.
give up. I would go right to where they were last seen, get a fresh notebook, even if you have 20 of them sitting there, start writing down last time you spoke to them, last place they were. Man, there's got to be
Well-
community out there of outreach. I
Here's-
don't know what your
this is-
time looks like, but you're looking for, lost
No,
people.
we go out there every weekend and look. Still.
Yeah.
But see, to me,
But the bad thing is the police there, as soon as I pick up that drone in the air, I'm going to jail.
You ain't flying it by Disney World, are you?
No.
Yeah, but I'm just making
from
sure
Disney.
because if you're
No,
if you're on
no.
Disney property or you're
Oh, no,
anywhere
no,
near
no,
an
no.
amusement park or you're anywhere, you can't fly them. School, you can't fly 'em.
No, this is off you know what I-4 is at?
Yeah.
This is off I-4. So it's probably 25-30 miles from Disney. I mean, it's pretty good ways. But you,
Oh,
you,
and
can
you
still-
said they
you can still
never.
you can still fly a drone.
Yeah.
they never investigated you at all. And I don't mean it like pointing fingers. I just mean it that generally the spouse would be the first person they would look at. So I think if they didn't even take a moment to consider you, that's poor police work in itself.
Negligent.
They didn't.
Right.
They didn't take a minute to talk to anybody.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They didn't even take a minute. They didn't even take a minute to talk to the guy she was fixing to get with.
Oh yeah, that's. So they were just like, what? Did they have a theory? Like they ran away, or?
Yo, Kurt.
Yeah.
Look what Zach F. Not to interrupt, guys. Look what Zach F. says. Could be.
Maybe.
Like a king, and dad is set for a bit. Live in Mexico.
Yeah.
Daniel.
I don't know, man. Like that's
Rest in peace
crazy,
for
dog.
not
Like
finding
this.
them, live or dead or alive. You know, rest in peace, no matter what.
Yeah, but did I show you?
For sure.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, it's sad to say, but even if my son has passed away, at least I would want.
Oh, not you, big dog. We're talking
Yeah,
about
not
this.
you.
We're
I'm
talking about the
talking
missing
about
kid.
the guy lost in the wrestling in the
Oh, I didn't.
Daniel Robinson case.
Oh.
Well, they show. Where's that? His dad. I'm gonna show you.
See, I used to call the detectives in Florida, in Stewart. He retired, and he had a Quiet Investigations was the name of his company or something that he had out there.
How long has he been retired?
He didn't want to talk to me, bro. This guy was like, "Yo, I went to church with his brother," and he put down the next of kin is somebody I didn't even know. Like, oh, they're so grimy in Florida. Like they
Look,
cover
this
up a
dude's
murder
getting
case.
it, dog. This dad, look,
Horrible.
3 hours, 2 hours.
That dad
47.
is on it.
Look at that. So for him to just be like, "Oh no, look at this. Hold on, this ain't nothing." When I was looking earlier, I'm like, "Where do I start?" Look at it.
The dad was what made this case register with me. Like I said, I haven't even looked at it again.
You know what that tells me? You know what that tells me right there, Kurt? That tells me that if Daniel was out there somewhere, he would have came forward to somebody and been like, "Great."
That's what I was saying, dog. No matter what, at this point, unless you completely hate your father.
He's
like
either
if something happened to
abducted,
me,
he's
look,
been
dog. If something happened to me and my dad was still around,
some gangsters
I
got a
went
hold of
missing,
him.
there's no way, dog. I would dipset. I would never say a word. My dad could do whatever the hell he wanted, and I'd keep my mouth shut. But
See,
I don't
that's
think that this
what-
dude had the relationship with his father like that.
Or he's with his dad in Mexico. Yeah.
No, his dad's right there in Arizona. You just look at hold on.
That's
Go
what
ahead.
confuses me about the Kylie
3
Rodney
days ago.
case is the mom. Just, I feel like as a parent, like you would never stop looking into different theories.
Yeah,
And,
that
like,
mom got me so upset. It's like
Yeah,
she loves those
same.
other kids. It's like, how much sex and drinking and fucking things are you doing with these other kids that you didn't love your own fucking daughter to just fucking leave her out in the cold like that? You selfish.
Well, I mean that, and then I could get like, wanting to be close to her friends as like a
Yeah, that's awesome.
grief or comfort mechanism. But to be honest, as a
Absolutely.
mom, if it were my kid, I
You're just
probably
as
would not even
guilty.
be able to look at those kids. I'd be like
exactly.
knocking down doors and
Well, you
Yeah.
gotta no. I mean, you'd still want to love them. But you'd be like, well, you might forgive them, say whoever bought the alcohol or whatever, but you still got to get to the bottom of what
well,
happened.
maybe once I had answers,
Whoa.
but until then,
Who are we talking about? The
no
mom
way.
of this case?
No, kid.
No, the mom. That's what I was saying. This dad compared to like Kylie's mom.
No, I don't know.
I got a few things about that case too.
No, we're good on that because I don't want to go down that wormhole tonight. That ain't
Yeah,
where
we
I'm
did that
going.
one.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're all right.
But
Fuck the haters, Kurt.
No, I ain't worried about the haters. I just ain't going down that wormhole.
The trolls, the haters.
I was just saying, as a parent, like the
Yeah, no,
different-
I agree. That's what I've been saying. Is this dude is going?
I could
above and
relate to
beyond.
him more.
Me too.
This is the last thing anybody's seen my son wearing. The last time he was, let me find the fucking.
Was it a sport?
That's what he was wearing when he disappeared.
You don't have pictures of the wife, or it was ex-wife or ex-fiance or fiance?
Ex-fiance.
You don't.
Well, I
have
mean, it was a
pictures
fiance. No.
That would be more helpful than the child. The child grows up like.
Chat. They're talking right now. We're talking about Alabama's. His kid and his wife.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. Everybody talks about California shady. Well, Florida's got a lot of shady shit too.
It's got good and bad, bro. I've had
Exactly.
people
Yeah.
up and down.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, I get it, man. I appreciate you, Alabama. You coming up. Let's try to focus back on what we're talking about because people are like, we have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, that's fine.
I didn't for a minute either. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, yo, we're talking about a mother? Where was the mother at? I'm looking back thinking I missed something that I showed a screen that I didn't see and y'all seen for a minute.
Yeah, that's
You're all
fine.
good, man. You're good. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel like this dad's going so far. Look at this. That's the same
He's going
day.
hard.
Yeah.
I
He
like
is.
this by what you're showing me. That's good.
And his interviews, he's so genuine. Like he just truly wants.
But I don't know why
answers.
nobody. I don't know, but nobody's helping him look except just that one day.
That's what I'm looking at, dog. Like, look at these 228 views, 141 views. He ain't really getting the exposure, dude. He was on.
He's not.
He was on.
Dr. Oz.
Yeah.
But nobody took it and ran with it. So
man, that's so sad.
you need that to keep the name, in the public. And
I mean, not to be mean, I don't know why he was on Tommy Dodge's page but.
Hey, I don't blame him, bro. I'd have been on any motherfucking
don't
page
either.
that let me on. I'd be screaming
would
from
have
the top
to.
of my rooftop, butt ass naked if I had to. You know what I mean?
Well,
That's
yeah.
my child,
Right.
bro. I'd be everywhere.
if TV could pick it up, papers, YouTubers, anybody.
Yeah, creepy YouTubers,
I'd be there.
whoever, it doesn't matter. You know what
Yeah.
I think we got a super chat.
Oh man. Nobody's investigating a step parent. It's killing me. Pookie, who? We got a step parent? Keep your mind open. Hold the phone. He was on Dodges. Who was? The dad?
They were saying it's a coworker.
A coworker was on that?
Somebody said it was Kenneth, the coworker. He was suspicious.
He's on every page. I'll give publicity to find his son. Yeah, I agree, man. I wish he got more exposure, to be honest with you.
I do too. It really broke my heart. But I think wasn't his case kind of was it maybe like Gabby's case kind of I felt like it was being overshadowed. Like maybe there was a big one that came right before or right after.
I think it
I'm not
was
sure.
Gabby Petito.
Yes. So, but just seeing that dad, man,
He's
broke my heart.
got playlists. He's got media. He's got all types of things. They examine his text right here. What's this?
We're also learning more tonight about another missing in America case that we brought you last week. 24-year-old geologist Daniel Robinson has been missing since June 23rd after leaving his job site in Buckeye, Arizona. His blue Jeep turned up a month later, but no sign of him. His dad and also a private investigator have been looking on their own in Arizona in the desert for months. And we are getting some insight into his mindset in the days before he went missing. There are some text messages revealed in a police report from Buckeye Police that show Daniel was texting with a young woman leading up to his disappearance, and she turned down his advances. Robinson worked a side job delivering for Instacart. He also delivered liquor to a woman named Caitlin at her home. She and her friend had invited him in, apparently, and they exchanged phone numbers. Well, within the week, Robinson reportedly showed up unannounced and sent these messages saying, quote, "I couldn't stop thinking about you." She wrote back saying it made her uncomfortable and that she didn't want to hang out
That's not good.
with him. According to the text, Robinson showed up at her home again, eventually asking Caitlin, "Do you hate me? Honestly, you showing up at my house unannounced," she said, "made me extremely uncomfortable. I don't see us hanging out anytime soon." All of these messages were then turned over to police and part of their initial report. As of tonight, Daniel's disappearance remains a mystery, and police say there is no evidence
That's why ain't nobody picking it up right there.
that any violence occurred or any foul play has happened. But Daniel's family say it just isn't like him to disappear. We have asked you to send us cases like Daniel's and like Lauren's that you think.
That's crazy, man. That's what it is. That's why people ain't diving into this right there.
Well, they made it sound like he was like obsessed, kind of. But like I said, the text, I can't remember where I saw it covered, but they just seemed kind of like misplaced to me, kind of all over the place. Like maybe there were some responses that were missing, some holes in the text, in my opinion.
A lot of holes. There's a lot of holes in between those responses.
But I do remember the dad saying that he had never been in like a, maybe he may have been in a relationship, but like not anything serious. But I think he may have said he had never been in a relationship. So I don't know. I think the guy's walked through his life, his whole life, and
The SIM
hasn't.
card's missing in the phone. Like there's a lot.
Right. Yeah.
Listen,
And if
y'all,
he
I'm gonna
had
be getting outta
obsessive
here.
behaviors.
I'm gonna definitely be getting out of here for the night. I'm tired. I went way longer than I thought I would. I appreciate everybody coming up.
For sure.
Yeah,
No
I found a nice
problem.
article on Reddit about this.
Yeah.
Maybe check it out. Maybe I can send it to you sometime.
Yeah, that's what's up. Alabama, a couple people in the chat asked, what's your wife's name and your son's name that are missing? You don't have to say your son's name, but your wife's missing. A couple people were wondering. Maybe they're gonna help.
Jennifer Hubbard.
Okay. Yep, they said maybe they'll start looking around and seeing what they could see for you, man.
Appreciate that, guys.
I appreciate y'all coming on tonight. Have a good night.
All right.
Not a
Thank
problem.
you.
Thanks for having me.
You as well.
Definitely. Oh man, I'm tired, y'all. Your boy is tired. Jennifer Hubbard, yeah. I guess that's the name. Jennifer Hubbard. Stamped. What we got here? Snarl. I love that little thing. Give myself a round of applause. A couple of those videos I've seen, I want to find out about these text messages. I want to find out about this girl. There's a few I want to find out. Yeah, go subscribe to Daniel Robinson's father's YouTube page. Check it out, man. You never know. Some of these cases, all it takes is a couple people. The amount of, like, it was on the news, but that ain't the exposure I feel like it needs. I feel like it needs a lot more than that. I feel like I wish a lot of the true crime community would at least look at it, shake it up, move it around. I love y'all. Appreciate each and every one of you. See y'all soon. And remember, be nice to one another. Hey, appreciate all my mods. I'm sorry. You're in here, 300 people in here. I should see 300 100s for the mods. Appreciate the mods. Appreciate all of these.
I think we got a super chat.
Appreciate those.
I'll go into the baby voice to say goodbye to y'all. Sweet dreams. Appreciate the mods. Drop the 100. Out the 100. Captain Kurt reacts. Yeah, I got you. Hashtag Daniel Robinson. Appreciate y'all. Good night.
Love y'all. See you soon. And remember, be nice.